Myself enough time to make some food before I go to work. All right, well, I'm gonna be late.
Sounds like how my mornings almost go. If I actually spend time doing any cooking and not just grabbing a like cereal bar or whatever. The not food.
It's food.
Your food.
Yeah. Just like cereal bars.
Yeah.
Watching too much of that Metal Gear Revengeance.
Metal Gear Revengeance.
Well, I guess it's Metal Gear Rising Revengeance.
That game is so sick.
Yeah. Because I've like already beaten it once. So it's not been reinstalled. So I've been like I've been watching stuff and listening to the music. So my brain is just like, hey, let's just play that again. That was a fun game.
I always say that's my favorite game that I've never played.
It's a good game.
Is
Alright,
that
I'm
the one with where you fight the senator?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I love Revengeance. I just got back and I already know. Here, fight the center. I'm like, yeah, it's a fucking great game.
Are we all here?
Yep.
Think so?
Yes, sir.
And let's get party wiped and finish this game off.
Speed run.
Speed road.
Any percent.
High explosive.
If this is an any percent speed run, we have really fucked it up.
Activate our super agent chips.
Yeah. Now, if it was a low percent speedrun, you guys would be doing pretty well.
Is the pop out button?
Is it not functioning?
I don't have it.
Let's see. Did that module get shut off? It did. Why does it keep getting shut off? Let's see. Did you shut off anything else, systems? I have a feeling it just went through and did all the compatibility risk stuff and said, no, we don't need that. Get rid of it. Try that. That should be on and functional now. Hopefully.
Refreshing didn't work. We're gonna close. Visuals game. Game session. Mo, pop out. Let's see if I can make a save.
Yes.
Apparently. Even with disadvantage.
No, you failed to save. That's a DC 43.
Didn't realize we were playing Pathfinder.
We aren't. Not yet.
So. Yeah. Do you guys remember what was going on?
There
Yeah,
were
I
a
believe
lot
we're
of goblins in
fucked.
the cave.
Oh yeah,
Many
you guys were on a
people in
cliff
the
looking
cave.
out over Clave City, yeah. Cave City.
Fucking hell, it's
Maui.
advanced caves. They've added an L in there.
So, yep, you guys are on one of the nearby peaks looking out over it.
Hmm. Is the air thin up here? Is it preventing you from lighting up, or no?
I mean, it's a little thinner, but you guys aren't actually that high up on the mountain.
Okay, that's good. I light up.
I can't believe I'm gonna die next to a druggie.
It's just a cigar.
No. Are you saying that tobacco isn't a drug?
There are tobacco in cigars.
Yes.
Just looks down at the cigar, disgusted.
You're telling me you've been smoking that thing this whole time and not knowing what it was?
Even though Mo lit a first one.
I just haven't
First
smoked.
one. Mo's been just going around like smoking an entire pack at once.
Remember, I did get something that was about pipes and magical stuff. Someone just makes a whole bunch of like little tiny, it's not even modules, little tiny aspects of for D&D. One of them was pipes and pipeweed. I'm now ready for Nor and all of his weird pipe dreams. In
Yeah.
both senses of it.
Ignore no.
More like snore.
Yeah.
I don't sleep on more.
Let's go towards the cave.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys have a plan, or you just march towards front door of caves, hope for best?
Our plan is to
I mean, there
speed
is-
run it, Mitchell.
There isn't a front door, right? You said there were like a lot of cave system, yeah?
Yeah.
So surely our best bet is actually to try to sort of figure out what exactly is going on with the caves.
That's probably a good idea.
Because, like, obviously we don't want to go in the front door, but we have to go in a door.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a side one.
The problem is, how do we
Maybe
know
it's a-
which one's the front and which one's the side?
But that's why we gotta get close, you know?
Sure, let's go scout the caves. The entrances, I suppose.
Hold up. I will know I'm not very,
Stealthy?
sneaky,
Yeah.
so I don't know if I should be...
I mean, you guys can
Actually
at least see
go.
all of the cave mouths that are like big enough to see from a great distance from where you are. So a few contenders for main cave mouth are visible from where you currently are. Gazing at the mountain from its from basically its southeastern side.
I can't remember, were there just a load of goblins up top as well?
I mean, there are goblins everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Because, I mean, the entire mountain seems like it's been carved out, or at least has tunnels leading throughout it, as there are caves at almost all levels of it. But there are some that connect down into the valley between these two mountains, a couple that lead off to paths that lead to your guys' mountain, a few that just seem to be spit out onto cliff edges. Well, a few. Most of them are that. Especially as you get closer to the top, because they don't have, big mountain paths that just lead off from mountain ridges.
Those rocks depends on our enemies.
This one will get rocks rolled down on us from. Oh, look, it's happening now.
What if we're their friends, though?
Then we'll hurl compliments down on them.
Oh, that's even worse. I'm not
And
gonna
also
take
rocks.
compliments attached to rocks.
Exactly.
It's like the note tied to an arrow, but it's instead just a piece of paper wrapped and taped to a fucking boulder. Good luck.
You could just go one step further and just hammer the compliment into the rock itself, and there you go.
True.
That is technology well beyond both dogkin and goblins.
I hate
That's
to
what we-
say that
That's why we
chisels
did-
are not that advanced.
Yeah, I think we've dealt with fucking things chiseled into
Well
things before
beyond
with the goblins.
dogkin and goblins.
You know, I don't disagree. I do hate goblins and think that they are just the dumbest.
I mean, what is the plan?
You're gonna have access to a tactical nuke.
Yeah, I think the plan is genuinely we're sneaking up right now, but
Yeah.
So are you guys going
Take a
down
peek
to the
around.
valley to try and take a peek at one of those entrances down there? Try and climb over to one of the entrances that are like connected to your mountain or one of the nearby mountains?
well, for starters, which of us is actually doing the initial scouting?
I would assume it would be Gouvet, but you guys could prove that is not the case.
I mean, that's my assumption. My assumption is I'm not involved in this initial approach here.
So on the initial approach, it's like you gotta clamber down the mountain for like a good hour or so. So
Okay, so
you're
maybe
caught,
I'm involved with that.
yeah. If you're caught, it's going to be you're alone facing whatever goblins you've happened to freaking garner attention from.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, you just shared it. I mean, your screen just popped up.
It's not
Because at the moment,
that
it's
difficult.
basically just looking at an anthill. You can't really tell what's going on for the most part, other than there's a lot of goblins and a lot of entrances.
Yeah, it's not bad. I thought we were a little closer, but
Listen, I'm on the far way down there.
I
Where the
mean,
fuck
you're
is Ronald
on-
Reagan?
You're on another mountainside, able to like look at the entire
Yeah.
mountain across the valley. So you're far enough away that you're able to get a good view. Which, of course, does mean that it takes a while to walk across that distance unless you can fly.
yeah, I mean, I would go probably close enough that it's like maybe 5 minutes away, I guess.
Yep, you guys can clamber down the mountainside to get closer, so you can back up Gouvet at least a little easier.
Imagine needing backing up. I'll just
guess-
win.
Because there is a path that leads from where you guys are currently to one of the entrances. At least you assume so, because your path does seem to lead down to one of the entrances, though you can't see the whole thing from where you are, because it kind of goes back and forth.
I'll check the entrance first before we start clambering down the mountainside.
Because otherwise it's going to be clambering down rock to see if you can't find other paths. Which there definitely are. It's a mountain, but the mountain near a mountain full of goblins probably has other paths leading off of it. So, yeah. You guys clamber down the mountainside, and it doesn't seem like there are any guards that are even just this far out, which isn't terribly far. So, you are able to confirm that your path does lead to one of the entrances.
Huge dub.
It is one of them that's about a fourth of the way up. And seems to be connected to a... I mean, you're not going to be fitting any freaking, like, normal-sized giants through it, but...
What about one of them deep sea giants?
It's about, like, 10 feet tall and probably
so no.
yeah, about 10 or 10, 20 to 15 feet wide. But otherwise, it does seem to be a kind of craggy road of some sort, carved into the mountainside. Though it does lead like between the two valleys, so it's probably like a little hill that was carved down so that you could cross it without issues. And there are indeed goblins near that entrance. That are the guards, you guess. They at least are appearing to be kind of like guards, though not paying terribly close attention to the world around them.
I have a feeling that if I fire a fucking gun here, things are gonna start getting very bad fast.
That's probably a good assumption.
There seems to be a group of, at least at a quick count, about 8, at least that you can currently see, like, outside.
Well, let's go kill some goblins.
They have set up, like, a little wooden structure over the top of the thing, so there's, like, 2 goblins hanging out up there. And I do mean hanging out. They're just kind of, like, lounging against the wooden rail with the other 6 down below. 3 of which seem to be arguing about something and are moments away from a brawl from the looks of it.
Who's in there just to push away?
I mean, to like be a 10-foot fall, but yes.
If a fall could probably kill a goblin. How much health those bastards got? Like 5?
They're a little tougher than that.
8?
They have 2d6 hit die, so.
Yeah. No, it'd be 7.
NPCs use a very odd average system. But yeah, that's at least this entrance. Your path does lead off from that gate, both near to the gate and kind of further back up the mountainside. Both down into either valley that is at the base, which they do have bigger entrances that lead in and out of. As well as, of course, across the valleys, you can get up to other paths as well. Or you can just climb. This area is... Yeah. I mean, with rope and whatnot, or a climbing kit, you can get through without issues.
Carrying me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes? Alright.
I would love nothing more than just start killing goblins right now.
No reason to do that.
Are you up there with them?
I don't know if it's true to say there's no reason to do that. Like, you can make an argument for that not being very smart, and us having better things to be doing right now, and it being a risk. No reason to do it is a bit out there, though. I mean, we're here to scout, I guess, so why don't fucking just go around for now?
Sure.
Get a better lay of the land before we get into any fucking fights.
So, down into one of the valleys, or clambering across to see if you can't find one of those other paths?
I'm
mean,
assuming
at
you
least-
don't have a climbing kit.
Who specifically are you asking?
You.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Let's go the other way.
Just so everyone knows what the groups currently are. As far as I know, it is Guve and Mo who are scouting. Ral, Oyeko, Dutch, and Win are all just kind of hanging out back 5 minutes away so they can assist, but are not currently visible.
I believe that is correct.
At least that's what it sounded like you guys were.
That's the
Doing.
assumption I've been working off of.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to take me or not while scouting.
I mean,
I can
Up to
certainly
you.
I can come with you. On the other hand,
on the other hand.
I am Mo. I don't know another way of putting that.
True. Not a whole lot you're really gonna notice that I wouldn't, I guess.
It's not
Yeah.
really a negative though. It's just like a
Yeah.
it's like a net neutral. Like worst case scenario happens, you can use Mo as a meat shield. Like
It's two stealth checks that can fail instead of one.
True.
yeah, but if you
So,
get
yeah.
caught, it's the perfect distraction.
That is true. I do have more tools in my do weird things belt.
Yeah, I've just got one tool, and it's gonna bring like 80% of the fucking goblins down on us. Which at this point, you know, I can probably take a few.
Fuck it, I'll go with
Alright.
I like scouting. I like ruining everything.
Shit's so fucked at this point. I'm not sure you really can ruin everything. Everything's ruined.
So, where are you headed?
Let's see. The options were down the valley or start climbing.
Yeah,
Mo
basically.
is with you.
Yeah, given that Mo is here, and we'll just plummet to the fucking off the side of the mountain. Let's go for valley.
Yeah, two
I
valleys.
do
One
have
to
a
the left of this
spell
path
for
and one to the
this,
right.
but it feels, if there's a choice of using a spell or not having to use a spell, and we don't know which one's
Right
better.
valley.
Yeah.
So, the right valley from this particular path leads down into a area of what you assume might be farmland. It just seems to be a bunch of plants that are all kind of growing in a massive mat of random, like, plant growth. Like someone basically just took a whole basket of seeds and then just dumped it into a plot of land and hoped for the best, which frankly might be exactly what these guys did.
That's exactly what they did.
Along with all of the undergrowth, as that's basically what this is at this point. So wild. There are a few small wooden structures along with a couple of stone ones that are just kind of scattered around, along with a couple of entrances into caves that lead both into this mountain and into nearby mountains as well. There are goblins along with other goblinoids wandering around down here, but they seem to be mostly farmers and mostly paying attention to what they're doing.
Alright.
You see some people with actual weapons, but they're just kind of, again, lounging.
They should probably go back then. Not much reason to fight over the farmland.
Vital
burn,
land.
we burn the farmland and then come back in a couple months when they've partially starved.
We'll find that they're desperate reseeding of the croplands and salt it again.
Well, the reason why I kind of like the idea of having these villagers, you take them from Maine, like you take them to
The other valley on the opposite side of this particular path is a larger valley. It seems to be partially set up to be a similar area, but the other end of it does seem to have more built-up structures, like buildings with 2 floors, or at least what appears to be structures big enough to be that. That have at least some religious paraphernalia. At least you assume that some of those big symbols that are kind of stuck into the top of it might be that. And you can see another path, another couple of paths leading up onto the opposite side of the mountain that you are currently, to another one of the areas that are kind of about a fourth of the way up. Along with, of course, a smattering of caves that lead both into the mountain and into the mountains.
This is a disaster.
And no, the farmland is no better. It's just as ill-designed.
Yes, right.
I guess they also do have at least some animals that might be used for farming purposes, though in this case it's more along the lines of giant rats.
Oh, good.
Something that we can review on our own.
Mostly held in cages, though a couple of them are just wandering around.
And so what
Or chasing goblin children.
It's just a way of streamlining the meeting.
I'll be honest. I'm at this point just the most open to the idea of go get the rest of the party and just go through the first cave we found at like the end of the path and just fucking pray for the best. Because like we don't know what this cave system looks like inside, and to get into it is gonna start fights.
I can like make people invisible.
That's true.
I also do describe the undergrowth of the farmland for a good reason. It is tall enough that you guys can move through it relatively quietly and with stealth.
That's fair.
We could light it on fire.
Listen, as much as I enjoy the pyromania, maybe we don't want to send up a giant fucking smoke signal as to where we are.
At the moment, the goblins seem pretty chill about the whole freaking defense thing.
We light it on fire from a distance, and then the goblins go check him out, and then there are less goblins.
Demons invaded Yon's Vale and took the heart of the Hellspawn.
I guess this will be a good way to think about it. You guys are assaulting a city currently. You need to find a way in. There are obvious ways in, which is of course through the big freaking gates, aka the cave mouths. And there are less obvious ways to get in, such as the caves up on the side of the hill.
Orion lost her face to illness, but never gave up.
But it is a city.
Was always by her side.
Yeah.
Plenty of areas to hide. Plenty of ways to get in. In this case, even more than a usual city, because there's tons of different gates that you can get in that generally aren't being actually well guarded or blocked.
Alright, well, again, I was thinking about it in a different way, because maybe, like, we're trying to find a way into a cave system, which is just going to be a fucking labyrinth. So we actually, in my mind, we had to find the cave system that would actually connect to the one we need. Man, I'm running off way less sleep than I should be.
Depression.
I've already, huh?
It's a depression.
Yeah, I've already forgotten most of what I heard about the second area. I remember there being some shit buildings and giant rats.
Yep.
It's basically an outside village in a valley.
Alright.
They have the village part, which is a bunch of scattered buildings made out of wood, and the farm part, which is a bunch of overgrown plants. They have guard dogs in the place of rats in the place of guard dogs.
Your deal with Wonka was truly a deal with you guys.
There's not very many of them.
Martial arts are more.
They
There's
don't
some,
actually have any cows.
Well,
They do have some
in
goats.
place of cows.
They have some goats.
There's some not very well defended caves hanging around, I assume, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I must have really got
The problem is this one doesn't really seem like much of an option for the rest of the team because Oyeko is going to alert 80% of the people just being within fucking a quarter mile of this place.
I found this tome
Like when Pippin knocks that thing down the well.
Yeah, it's that,
You every
but
footstep.
you're walking. So can't really go through.
You know, Oyeko has the ability to take off her armor temporarily.
Even then, how good is Oyeko at stealth?
Not terrible.
Really?
Scale
Without
of like,
disadvantage, it gets better.
That's fair.
I have like a +2, I think.
Mhm.
My next question is, what is the consequence for losing, or for failing a stealth check when inside a village of goblins?
Depends on which goblins you get spotted by.
That's fair.
If you're spotted by warriors, there's about a 50-50 that they attack you. If you're spotted by civilians, there's about a 99% chance they flee. However, of course, flight usually brings more goblins. So
the demons must
So
try to
we've got
destroy the
sneaking in through the village side.
clues.
Do we see any like caves on the farm side?
The demons must
Yeah.
try to destroy the book because
Sneaking in through the farm side,
clues.
going through the front
What do
gate
you think?
or front cave,
The
or
demons
trying
must
to
try
crawl around the mountainside and find something else.
clues. But what do you think?
Uh,
The demons trying to resurrect.
I mean, is
it's
it more?
really good to have familiar.
Yeah. Well, I did send out Heath. They're gone somewhere though.
Heath is also
Absolute
a
bastard.
raven.
Yeah.
We're not going to want to go inside the caves.
Yes.
I like to think that Heath is quick.
Say Jock's Veil is in danger, along with
He
the
just comes over the mountainside, sees the pile of goblins, and goes, "Nope, I'm gone."
I couldn't blame him. I'd do it.
I should get a metal arm too.
Alright, do I guys want to go back to the party with our findings rather than start climbing around the mountainside
Zone as stubborn as ever.
so you don't plummet into the abyss?
Grandmaster trial.
Thumbs up.
Alright.
I mean,
Go
you
back.
guys make
Yes,
it
but
back.
I'm struggling to remember how to do Moe's.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys were able to rejoin and share.
Alright, so what's the plan then, I guess?
I think we'd be better off trying to sneak through the farmland side. Because the farmland didn't at least have guard rats. And if we get spotted, they won't be warriors, so they'll be easier to kill. Or not all, less of them will be warriors. So it's less likely for a warrior spot, and we'll be able to hopefully kill them before they can bring more.
I can
I'll frown, but not.
Oh, man, okay.
What'd you say? I caught none of that.
I can pretend to be a farm animal. You know what they got around here?
Large rats, mainly,
Some goats too.
and some goats. I'm being informed by the voice in my head.
I did say they had goats, but I don't think anyone heard me.
I did heard you. I did hear you, but I kind of forgot about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can pretend to be a goat if I need to, but only for like an hour.
Alright. My plan was just to sneak in.
Yeah, I feel like we should just sneak in. Should I take my armor off? Yeah, we're going in the caves probably.
I mean,
Fucking hell.
we might be sneaking through, like, crops, but I imagine metal clanging through crops is something that will get attention.
Could we could we put Oyeko on like a stretcher and carry her?
Would that help?
And thus negate Oyeko having to move and clank as much?
Well, yeah,
I mean, you can try, but I'm
So-
pretty sure that Oyeko is the strongest one here.
Yeah, so
Yes,
I
think
don't know
Oyeko-
if... I don't know if we can really effectively carry Oyeko around.
Yeah, without Rawl's help, you guys will not be able to carry Oyeko
Also-
very effectively.
Just for interest's sake, how well can you sneak around while carrying a stretcher?
I do a push-up to try and appear
Also,
strong.
do you have a stretcher?
I do a push-up to appear strong, but you'll notice I'm breathing heavily.
He's strong, but not a lot of constitution.
We're making this complicated. Let's just sneak on in.
Like,
Evidently.
Yeah, I mean, I will be taking my armor off.
now we put her armor on a stretcher.
Or Oyeko can just stuff it in her pack and it will be perfectly fine.
Yeah, I mean, I can cushion it and the like, so it's not making noise.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
I would just dump it off the mountainside. It'll provide distraction.
Minutes with the
The only armor you'll need is the armor of stealth
Hell,
and dead
Oh,
goblins.
God.
That isn't a paladin. Our paladin died. Wait, we didn't have a paladin.
You kind of had a paladin.
We had a
not
not
paladin.
paladin.
Yeah. So, yeah. Oyeko is able to doff her armor. So, where are you going to attempt to sneak in?
I think through one of the smaller caves on the farm side.
So, you guys are able to sneak up to the same point that you were able to sneak up before without bothering to roll.
Now we just have to get in.
Yeah. There are 3 major cave entrances on the farm side, only one of which goes into the mountain that the goblins are guarding. And there does not seem to be any guards near that entrance.
Into that one then, I guess.
I mean, that seems like the best choice.
I mean, there are 2 others, but they lead off from the farm into other mountains, so...
Is this the mountain we need to be in? Oh wait, no. So that one leads to the mountain we need to get to, right?
Yeah, the one that's
Okay.
filled with goblins is where Cook is.
Yeah, unfortunately. Let's, I guess, just take the L and get through that one.
Alright. Could you each make a stealth roll? And are you bringing Win and Raw?
Probably shouldn't bring Win.
Win is not terribly stealthy. So.
Yeah.
Everyone rolling?
Yeah.
Take Raw.
Roll's useful.
We're taking Raw.
Alright. It's a good thing you guys did not upgrade her armor, so she just still has leather.
Yeah, that's right, Paul.
Alright.
Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to use the bathroom.
Lumpy just freaking throwing the rest of the group under the bus and then leaves.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know. I realized that we're probably hitting into something soon. I'm like, I did this now, and I don't want to interrupt us once we actually get into it. So I feel like this is the.
Oh,
I'll be
go ahead.
The piss of no return.
I guess we'll
Wow.
take back in 1 second as well.
Hmm.
So it's not like I fucked over here. You know, aside from the obvious one.
Well, I guess we're gonna wait for them to come back.
What I get for not casting stealth or invisibility on these two guys that don't have that great stealth.
Hey, I did fine.
You did fine, but +2 is something to write home about.
Mm-hmm. We're just waiting on Lumpy to return.
Man, can't believe you fucked it up this early. Actually, no, I can believe that. That's the most fucking iconic thing for this party.
Want to give us a sneak preview on what happened?
I think it's pretty obvious what happened.
Dutch ate shit and got caught. I'd say we leave him.
Oh, you guys can think about that.
Do a thing or something.
He can turn into a corpse is what he can turn into.
That's a good transformation.
This one we'll all be doing this session. Or the next.
Oh, you guys definitely heard the freaking ping sound.
Metal Gear Solid alert noise. No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we heard it like from a distance, as if someone else was hearing it, and we just hear it by proxy. We heard it through someone else's mic.
I'm
The
back.
hell is Mike?
Welcome back. So,
Yeah, I was just thinking music and also.
you guys are sneaking along through the underbrush, trying to get close to that cave now. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you guys are moving
To the
pretty
left
well.
of where
The
there
goblins
was
don't
no
seem to be
underbrush.
particularly attentive for the most part, except at one point where Dutch, you step on something that makes a loud crack, and thorn stabs into your leg. Doesn't deal any real damage, but you certainly let out something that gives you away. And a couple of nearby goblins look in your direction. You have one action to do something.
Well, I clearly don't want to bump Ryan.
In this case, I will include moving as as the action, if you wish to just bolt.
And we're all sort of.
Does all of of us have an action, or is it just...
Well,
I mean, if you guys want to try and bail Dutch out, yes. Or decide to leave him behind, etc. Yeah, you guys all have an action before an alarm is sounded.
Oh, we all have an action. Okay.
Decide to leave him behind, you say?
This is what I get for not checking my spell list, by the way.
How far apart are we all?
Visibility on him.
I don't know. How far are you all apart? Are you all kind of clumped, or are you spread out so one person doesn't freaking blow the entire plan?
The
I would
second
imagine
one.
we're closer to that, yeah.
I at least am. I don't give a shit about where the rest of them are, but I'm staying the fuck away.
All right. If Mo is close enough to like
with people person.
touch, then
If-
you can cast
if-
invisibility.
Well, hold on. If I'm not near people, then when I step on a stick, I would turn into some native wildlife. But if Mo's next to me and makes me invisible, then I would not do that. I don't know.
Mo, are you close enough to
It
touch?
depends on
touch?
entirely on if people let me hang out close to them, because I will. Like, I would travel close to friends, even in stealth.
Well, Dutch would be down to be close to you, but you don't know him super well, so I feel like you're more likely to be with Oyeko, probably. Okay.
I'm more likely to be with Vey, but
I'd let you hang out. You're good at stealth. I just want to stay away from the other two who fucking suck.
then
So that way when they get caught, I don't get caught.
So yeah, you're gonna have to burn the pass without a trace. But well, after, because currently pass without trace is worthless to you.
Well, I was just thinking that I should have realized to cast that sooner. But if I were in this predicament, I would turn into like a goat as a bonus action.
Yeah, you basically are hearing the ping sound from Metal Gear, and so the guards are turning in your direction, so you have a moment to do something.
It's fucking MGS5 where you everything goes slow-mo for a second. It's just, oh no.
Yeah.
What wildlife have I seen on this continent?
I mean, goats. You've seen plenty of flying animals, ravens, and the like.
Yeah, those aren't an option for me, so goat it is.
Yep. So, yeah, you turn into a goat, and yep, you're just a goat in the field.
Yep.
It does seem like the goblins are still annoyed, but they're all just the couple of farmers that noticed you are just kind of like slowly making their way to you.
I'll be sure to step
yelling
on
something in Goblin.
I'll be sure to step on a second twig while I chew on grass to let them know that it was just me, a goat, doing that.
Uwe, you can hear the farmers yelling something along the lines of, "How'd you get out? Get back here! We need to put you back in your pen."
I knew this would happen.
But they are just slowly making their way because it's really overgrown and they're not really tall enough to like step over the plants. They're just kind of like pushing their way through.
What's your question, Theo?
How stealthy is a goat?
At this point, not very, especially because it's been actively noticed.
How high is the grass?
It's high enough that you can like crouch down in it as a person and be mostly out of sight. So like Mo would have to like jump to be really visible. But the rest of you do have to like lean down, along with of course Rob.
Would you, if I asked you for it in like feet, how many would you say?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite catch what you were asking.
Like in feet, how tall would you say the grass is?
How tall are you, Mo?
Let's see if I put that in a description or something. 3'5".
Alright, so it's about 3 feet tall. That's where I was considering it. So Mo has to lean a little bit. So, you are still visible as a goat just wandering around. At least if you wanted to be a goat, you know, from this area.
Yeah.
I always forget that Mo is like hyper cursed old.
How old is Mo?
Normally I'm 56, but after the ghost encounter I'm 86.
I forgot that the ghost encounter happened.
It's been a while. You guys
focused a
never
few
bothered
times.
trying to fix that.
I don't think I've ever actually gotten aged by a ghost, which is weird.
It's a pretty hard check to fail most days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
but
I don't
I'm
speak-
terrible at fucking saving throws.
It's a hard check to fail. I'm getting flashbacks to when I had the ghost encounter.
Yep.
Multiple aging deaths.
Oh, it's a low check if you're decent at the save.
Mhm. Well, I don't speak Goblin, so I assume that
You
I'm
don't
blending
understand what
in
they're saying. They're just
perfectly.
moving towards
So I'm just a goat.
you. Are you going to try and move away from them, continue along the path you were following, or just hang where you are and hope they get bored and walk away?
Yeah, I am gonna walk sort of away from the party, but I'm planning on circling back to where we're headed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the goblins keep shouting, "Get back here" and whatnot, but you have no problem pushing through this, like, undergrowth.
It's to how much trust they all place.
Okay.
One of the perks of being big.
Mm.
So, yeah. Eventually, if you just want to play keep away, you get to the, like, you're able to get them bored enough that they're not going to bother chasing you down, and then you can
I would very
rotate
much like
back.
to do that. Yes. Yeah.
It doesn't take an hour or anything. The goblins are very, very not interested in chasing a goat around their freaking heather patch.
And
It's still in the valley. It's fine.
I felt like there's an awful lot that
Hell yeah.
outside of the county.
Yep. Could the rest of you give me one more stealth check before you make it to the cave? Well, to the edge, I guess, of the field for the final dash.
Yeah, I'm great at these.
Easy game.
Let's see. Does Raw freaking flub it? Raw does.
Oh, fuck.
No.
All right. Raw is going to do the only thing Raw can do because Raw has no magical capabilities. Raw is just going to eat the dirt
In the whole presentation, yeah.
and try and quietly move. Would any of you guys like to help out Raw? Or
I
move
don't
away
really
from
have
Raw?
anything to help.
I got nothing, man.
If I can get close to Roll, I can help.
Yeah, you can get close to Raw.
Presumably Rawl would be close to you anyway.
Yeah, she's hanging out. It does seem like a small troop of goblins are paying attention now. There's like a small group of 6 of them that actually are soldiers. They carry spears and whatnot, but they do see Raw for like a moment, and a couple of them start moving in that direction. The others kind of hanging out at the edge.
Yeah, I don't think it's just a finance issue though.
I'll be making sure to
How did
stay
you-
out of visibility, like if they get to Rawl, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you're stealthy enough that if you want, you can just get to Raw and do what you need to do before the goblins get there.
I would like to do that.
Alright, yep. You make it over to Raw. At this point, by the way, Yeko and Guve, you guys are able to use the distraction to make it to the edge.
Oh, nice.
Are able to basically view the gate defenses, which in this case is literally a single goblin that you didn't see at the top.
Oh.
It is a warrior in the lightest sense of the term. It's a guy with a wooden club and hat.
You wonder if
I mean, I could solve this problem real fast while the other guys are distracted.
But before we get to what your guys' plan is, what is your plan, Theo?
My plan is to cast invisibility.
I had a feeling that was the plan, but
It's a good one.
It's a good plan.
so you're able to poke Raw, and she is able to get up and continue moving. So let's actually see how she does now that invisibility is in the way. Okay, yeah. After the invisibility, she's able to move the Heather without issues. And so catch up. And the goblins also aren't able to keep up with you, and we're all just kind of pushing through. So, 4 of you have rejoined. Dutch, you'll rejoin them in a couple of rounds.
Okay.
Actually, let's see. How bored are these goblins? Actually, these goblins are very, very interested, so you'll catch up with them in 3 rounds.
Okay.
Apparently, they are especially driven to get you back in your cage.
Some guards are
But I
sticklers,
think,
you know?
to Jack's point, I think
Especially, I mean, you say especially driven through. That's
stuff
18 seconds.
That's pretty driven.
Especially driven for goblins.
I don't know
Yeah.
if you've seen me. I don't know if you've seen
Come on,
me.
these guys have to like push through all these plants and catch up with a goat that's bigger than they are.
I don't know if
and
you've
then
seen me
wrangle
on
it
hall
back.
monitor. I don't know if you've seen me on hall monitor duty, but 18 seconds is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen hall monitor duty.
Goblins, when it comes to working, are not the most driven of creatures on average.
Mood.
Yeah. There are exceptions to the rule, but the average is not there. Why do you think their farm is absolutely smothered in weeds and other freaking plant life?
They're idiots. They don't know how to farm.
Yeah,
They
I feel
haven't
like
been
that's
properly
fair
investing in
assessment.
herbicides.
So, are you guys waiting for Dutch to rejoin with you, or are you going to just?
Nah, he's dead. We'll never see
You
him
just
again.
see him like
Towards us.
slowly pushing through the thing.
Yeah. The druid's worst enemy is allies with an object permanence. He just turns into an animal and they're like, oh, he's gone.
Nah, I just don't give a shit about Dutch. If he dies, it means nothing to me, so fuck him.
That's fair.
So the edge of the field to the cave is a just short 20-foot, I guess, sprint. It's a very short area. This area is much more heavily field than open land. So, but yeah, there's one goblin. The sun, of course, is messing with your dark vision inside, but it doesn't look like there's anyone inside from what you can tell.
I mean, can I just fucking Slayer's Prey and then shoot the goblin in the face with a bow?
Me, I've been hearing a lot of these.
Like, and tell you ahead of time, hey, the second I lose this arrow, take off at a dead sprint, grab him, and carry him into the cave.
Yeah,
Because I don't think we want a dead goblin just lying on the ground in vision of everyone else.
I will prepare myself to do that.
All right.
And I'm going to attempt to shoot him in the fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Of
gonna
course, advantage.
I'm gonna try and support shoot in the face if the first shot doesn't kill him.
All right. I doubt this guy is going to survive, but sure, if he somehow survives it, yeah, no doubt. The arrow catches him right in the face. What you can probably tell in his eye, as he does not stay up for more than a few seconds.
Who knew that a ranger with greater favorite enemy and favorite enemy of goblins is pretty good at killing them?
So he starts to collapse, and
Yeah, I will.
you're able to run over, grab him, and run into the cave without even slowing down. He's not heavy enough to slow you down at all.
Sprint into cave.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, you guys are able to make your way into the cave, and Dutch eventually catches up with you guys. Well, at least makes it to the cave. I actually don't know if you guys are waiting once you made it inside.
And we're not.
I will suggest that's probably a good idea.
Fine, wait for a few rounds. Wait for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds is long enough for Dutch to catch up.
So acquire fucking arrow from Goblin Face. I'll be having that back.
And that goblin is it's dead. It's not knocked out, it's just dead.
Yes.
Give pulls the arrow from the goblin's skull. I knocked it out.
Hell no, I didn't knock it out. I want this thing dead. I want them all dead.
inside, the cave runs for about 30 feet. There are no torches. It's just dark. So, Rieko, you can't see. Like the light runs in for about 15 feet and then it's just black.
I'll just frown and go, oh, we're at this part, huh?
Beyond that 30-foot little tunnel that leads in, there seems to be a larger room that you can only see a little bit of. Though it doesn't seem to be a massive amphitheater or anything. It's just a more expansive room.
Alright. Stash goblin corpse in like a fucking anywhere really that's out of sight.
Mm.
And give
tunnel.
Yeah.
You could probably just lean him up against the wall, hand him a spear, and then just hope for the best.
Yeah, good enough for me, honestly.
I mean, they're goblins. They sleep on duty.
Give Oyeko a hooded lantern.
Have you always had this?
Yes. Remember you broke it once.
Oh my god, I did.
I forgot all about it, to be honest.
I don't remember how you broke it. I just remember that you did.
I think it was something to do
Wait,
with
did you
slime.
broke it when you went off the cliff? Is that what happened?
That is what happened.
You fucking landed on it, you bastard.
That's right, because as I was pushing off, I went, sorry about the lantern. Fucking fell a million miles.
I got it replaced, so that way you could probably break it again.
Are there any cliffs in here?
I mean, yes. Not down here, but yes.
You'll find a way. You always do.
What? I broke it once.
And you'll break it again.
Literally like half a year ago.
Yeah. Gouvet is a spiteful bitch. Who could have guessed?
Yep. So, are you guys just pushing in? Continuing down the cave into the other room?
Yep.
Yeah.
Head down.
Why not?
Alright. Ayaka, are you lighting the lantern? Or at least, opening it? Or are you just keeping it closed and feeling for right now?
I'll
You're at
keep
least a
it
little away from the
closed
entrance.
and feel for now. I'm glad to have it so that if we ever get into combat, I can turn the light on.
Yeah.
Because
So-
light in a cave is generally speaking not good for stealth.
Yeah. Although I did realize that it makes sense why dwarves and other races do actually use lights, because dark vision technically only turns it from black to shadowy.
Yep.
So it's actually good to at least have shadowy illumination, because shadowy is bright light for dark vision users. So you can't hide in those hallways, but you can hide in shadowy hallways. But actually, the races that freaking don't bother with torches everywhere are idiots. Especially goblins, who do not have very good perception to begin with.
Yeah.
They have a
So
9
those that have torches,
as
we can
their
just
passive.
sneak around forever.
Oh, it's so bad. So, yep. You guys push into the adjoining room that has a pair of caves that lead off of it. Or tunnels, I guess. One is significantly smaller than the other. Not in length, but just in height. It shrinks down to only be about 4 feet tall. The other one is much taller. It's closer to the entrance cave, which is closer to 5.5. This room, though, appears to be some sort of storage room, as it is filled with sacks. Just a whole bunch of sacks.
A lot of saxophone.
Wow.
Some of them are obviously rotting based on the smell.
Light it on fire.
You
Why?
are in the cave. There is not really a good way for the smoke to escape.
How much longer do I still have goat mode?
At this point, it's only been a few minutes, so you still have the majority of the hour left.
Goat again?
That whole thing took 5 minutes at the very most.
I would like to taste these rotting bags.
Why?
because it's a rare opportunity.
I mean, are you like explicitly searching for the rotting stuff, or are you just eating the top layer of bags?
If it's clear that something rotting is on like on top, easily accessible, then yeah.
History. Like, how did it end up there?
But I'm not gonna like root around in it for it, you know.
Mhm. There's probably at least a couple that are closer to the top that you can get at. So, yeah. You just taking a bite of the bag itself, or seeing
Yep.
if you can convince someone to open it for you?
Right through the bag and into it.
All right. You bite into the bag, and let's see. Bag do you bite into? All right. It is an unpleasant, soft something or other. Hard to tell in the dark.
Oh my god, it's mashed potatoes.
What does it taste? A burlap
It
sack.
tastes like, yeah, like a burlap sack and rot.
Demons have arrived at Jock's Vale.
I don't know what rot tastes like, but it is unpleasant.
I've heard smell described as sickly sweet.
Yeah, that smell is all over the room, but I don't know what the taste is.
Probably tastes like death.
I should get a metal arm too.
Yeah. Your good stomach is able to at least get rid of the first bite, though it definitely warns against taking more than that.
This was what I was worried about.
And then he bites it a second time.
I am glad Zone.
I'll take a rot chip.
Oh
and
no!
Eat it!
Yeah. The people with dark vision, once at least Dutch Goat backs away a little bit, you can see that it seems to be some form of vegetable that you can still see bits and pieces that are green, but the majority of it's black.
Have you met Sir Druden?
I'm gonna ask Dutch Goat if they're a fucking idiot.
Found a way to counter the transformation spell?
Are you stupid? Are you brain dead? What's wrong with you?
Probably
I
is.
shake my head.
You weren't with them for most of the ship journey.
No, that's true. I
Not
wasn't.
out there.
Why are we letting
Show us
this
what
goat
you're capable
thing
of.
travel with us?
That's Dutch.
The wait is over.
No.
Or it's a random goat. Either way, whatever. I just continue.
I follow.
So, the taller tunnel
Yeah.
or the shorter tunnel?
Larger tunnel. I don't particularly want to run into a goblin and a 4-foot tall thing where I'm crawling.
Yeah, probably not the best.
I think I have before in the past. I don't think it turned out super well. That was kobolds.
Yeah,
Bastards.
at least you don't have to deal with them here.
True.
The tunnel runs for about 100 feet. It's not quite that long, but around that long. Just in a big straight line. Doesn't seem to steeply rise or lower, so just big straight line. Till it runs into a large room that seems filled with more of these sacks, along with a bunch of other kind of random debris. The smell is not pleasant. It seems to be actually even stronger in this room. Looking around, there is a... You guys have come kind of at the bottom of well, mostly roughly circular room. So you guys have come in kind of from the south side, and there's another tunnel that leads off from the... So if you come from straight south, there's one kind of at a 45-degree angle to the southwest. There's a tunnel that appears to be on the opposite side, though you can just hardly see it because there is a small guttering light on that side. And that's all you can really tell from this side of the room, because the room is longer than your dark vision.
I'm gonna go check out that small guttering light.
That light appears to be about 100 feet away, so this is a big room. And at least based on the walls, it seems to be vaguely circular. It's not perfect, because it's not made by people who actually care enough to carve nice, smooth surfaces, so walls are all jagged and everything. Yeah. Guys start. Well, at least Guve starts moving across the room. Are you guys all still following Guve?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, Guve seems like the person to follow when it comes to infiltrating Goblin Dimension. Especially seeing as how I can't see for the most part.
Yeah. I mean, at least you can see the light. It's not very much of a light. It's like barely a candle, but I guess it's not barely a candle. It's like a little bit of a stronger candle. Gives off like 1 square of light, effectively. Which that's all candles do. It's hilarious. They're so freaking weak.
Oh,
Yeah.
you look troubled.
You guys start crossing
Did Gildle say
this
something to upset you?
dump pit, effectively. At
You
least
didn't
that's what
find
it seems to be,
did you?
from at least the smell and the debris scattered around. Walking through, you do catch sight of a few corpses that have just been kind of like thrown in here, some of which seem very torn up.
That's fine.
There's some goblin corpses that are strewn around, along with some bigger goblinoids.
And also, Rawl.
Rawl is still with you
There,
guys.
too.
Invisible.
Yep.
That's why it's crazy that we're seeing her corpse.
Yeah. Now you do hear Rawl like moving around behind you guys, though she seems to be kind of. I don't actually remember if the big wolfmen have dark vision. I believe they do though. Yeah, so she's fine. Making sure she doesn't have to stick with you. But you do hear her kind of like shuffling things around in her pack for a moment after she steps in the room.
Making sure she has everything she needs to betray us in 5 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. That's what she was waiting for, to be turned invisible so she can stab you in the back. Literally, the once.
Can't wait to fucking destroy Raw in the fight.
I like how her entire strategy is reliant on Mo holding concentration.
Yep. So,
Has to kill everyone other than Mo, or else Mo will lose concentration.
I'll just shoot Mo to make Mo lose concentration.
you guys all have very decent passive perceptions, right?
16, I think.
15, but I'm in dark.
I know.
What do you mind, you guys?
Oh, this is hearing. But yeah, we don't even have Johnny anymore, so I don't know what Dutch's is. Yeah, Dutch has a good passive. Yeah, it's based on hearing, so it doesn't. Darkness doesn't matter in this case.
Huge.
But in the
Yeah.
end, I lost to the strong.
So I believe everyone but Mo, and I think Raul, because I don't think Raul's. Oh, no, Raul's perception is.
Definitely one of the most noteworthy
Let me
warriors
just
there.
make sure. Yeah, because good enough. You guys hear some shuffling of something fairly large moving around in this room. Out of vision, from what you can tell.
What is that?
That's the question I was just about to ask.
Something that will try and kill us.
Can you see it?
Do I see it?
Nope.
Well, no, it's out of vision, so.
Yeah.
Dumb question. No.
I mean, you can see the walls, but you don't see whatever's making the noise.
What if it's friendly?
Nothing's friendly anymore.
I like how Theo was the first one to ask this question.
I mean, if it's friendly, that'd be nice. But...
I assume everything we meet from like 6 months ago is fucked, and I hate it.
Yeah, well, I mean, most things have been.
Yeah.
And
You only
this is
hear
definitely a friendly
the two
spot.
things moving. And then it just stops, and you guys are able to make it to the light, which does seem to be a damaged lantern that still has a little bit of fuel left, along with a person. In this case, a person being Gouvet's definition of a person, aka not a goblin.
Yes! To be fair, Gouvet has given the fact that some goblins can be people. None of these goblins are people.
Mhm. Yeah, it appears to be a wolfman of some sort. They have like kind of wolfman weapons and whatnot.
Are they alive?
They probably were a pretty short time ago, but they aren't anymore. They have a couple of large bite wounds.
Can I
along
try
with a
to
couple of
guess
smaller wounds.
as to what those bite wounds came from?
I mean, you can try, sure. What would you like to roll to attempt to discern them? Because, I mean, you can roll
Small,
medicine to
low
just...
bite wounds.
I think I'd rather go for nature.
Alright.
If possible.
Yeah, you can roll nature.
A Bengal tiger attacked this man. Oh my god, a Bengal tiger attacked this man.
Yep. It was something fairly large, bigger than this thing anyway, or at least something with an over large mouth. But, I mean, it otherwise is hard to tell.
Alright.
Like, you can't really even tell if it's something natural or unnatural or anything along those lines. They're big, huge bite wounds that are bigger than this thing.
Alright. Do you know any... I remember hearing about one exit, which was a small one in this room. That was last room.
There, from what you saw coming in, there was one exit off to your left.
Ran down that way.
Alright, wanna start heading back towards that exit then? Yeah, this is a massive room, right? There could be exits on the other side that we just couldn't see when we entered.
Yeah, you're on the other side. It doesn't seem like there's an exit on at least this kind of third of the circle.
Alright.
Yeah. You might have missed one, like walking across, kind of looking around, because you were mostly focused on the light.
I guess head to the the one exit we do know of.
Alright. Yep. You guys start to retread your steps. And then... I'm guessing you're leading, right, Gouvet?
That seems like a good guess. I'm probably going to regret that, but, you know, I can't know.
Question, should I pass the trace now, by the way?
I mean, if you'd like.
Now that I'm aware that I have it, and we're still sneaking around, I feel like I should use it.
I mean, would you have done it already, or are you thinking about it now that you're in the darkness of a room that's full of trash?
I mean, just like going forward. Like, we're still snooping around, right?
Yeah, it's up to you.
Oh, that's for 1 hour. Okay, never mind. I'll wait. I'll turn into a person. I'll vocalize that I have it. Okay, fellas. I got past the truth, you know? And then,
I'm just curious from historical perspective to understand.
and then we'll keep on, but in future I'll cast it when we're trying to sneak.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, you guys are crossing back across the room. You make it about 20 feet away from the body, and then, Gouvet, you feel something tap your armor.
It's just Mo fucking with you.
Like something in front.
I feel something tap my armor.
Yep.
Can I see what it is?
Nope. You look down, and there's nothing there.
Great.
I was chasing the demon's trail until I lost it in
the
fog. Then I stopped around.
Nah, I kick Johnny just in case, but Johnny isn't here. So I'll kick Dutch just in case. No. I mean, can I try and feel for what tapped me?
I mean, are you just like reaching out in the general direction you think that the tap came from?
No, I'm swiping with Cursicane.
Yeah, you can swipe in that general direction.
Yeah, I do that.
Yep. You meet a lot of empty air.
You said the dogmen have a dark vision?
Yeah.
Hey, unfucking shroud that lantern.
Alright. I'll unshroud it a little bit.
How much are you unshrouding it? How much light are you getting off?
How much light do you need?
Whole beans.
Alright. Full unshrouding, I guess.
I think, how much does a shrouded lantern or a hooded lantern give off at max? It's the same as-
30? I believe it goes 30, 30, I believe. I think it's normal. Let's see. Actually, I have it here. Yep. 30 bright, 30 dim.
All right. Yep.
Damn.
All of a sudden, you can see a lot more of the room, including the piles of rotting trash, of course, now around you, Oyeko and Dutch. Out in the darkness, however, you don't see anything, but whatever you just did seems to have attracted the things that were moving again, as all of a sudden they come, well, roll initiative is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's not mince words. Full initiative.
Observe my greatest initiative yet. 14-14.
Oh, yeah? Easiest game of my life.
Oh,
Man,
whoa!
advantage really saved me there.
14-14, brother!
Yeah, it's fine.
Yon clan, Jock clan.
What, you watching Mad Max recently?
Anyway, I've
No, I just
seen
felt
some
like saying that.
interesting things these
That's
days.
fair.
Watch that again.
Come
It's like a
on,
Good
question,
movie.
like, that doesn't stop us from doing now. Like just this week, I sent an invitation to Jen.
Can you at least
Or
act
last week,
surprised?
Tammy and I sent an invitation to Jen to find out if there's anybody over there that wants to join our adult mission trip. You know, we did that a few years back, a couple of times, and we didn't get much of a response back then, but at least this time.
I think I actually own it on Amazon.
Are you surprised too?
So, you know,
Who's the culprit?
I think we can be doing all that
I will,
already.
I will say, upon my second watching of it, that movie
Well-
just has no subtext whatsoever. It's just all raw text.
Yeah. That's why it's great.
Mm-hmm.
The
Best movie of our time.
hours.
Yes.
Surprise round, because of course you guys have no idea what's really going on. Oyeko, not Oyeko, Guve is up front, so they're going to go after you.
Okay.
Doing it,
Another squishies.
Super squishy. I'm still a ranger.
Do we really have squishies?
No, not really.
What is the,
Well,
what is it for keeping the highest value? Is it K?
Yeah.
Okay.
Case keep highest.
Okay.
L's drop lowest.
Trying to remember how the heck you do that off the top of my head. My brain is not doing it. Do you put the K after R at the end? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's
if I
at least
wanted
how
to
it
just
works
keep the
in,
highest, then it would
So
just
like
be K.
1d20 K1.
Okay.
Or sorry, 2d20 K1 for advantage, which I assume is what you're rolling.
He's actually rolling 4d20 K3, and that's the damage roll.
No, he's
Fucking
rolling
hopefully.
stats- He's rolling stats for the enemy. But it's in D20.
Damn it! I didn't expect them to fight these guys.
Whatever. It's not like what I'm trying to do. That one's gonna
That
miss.
missed. That one. Hit.
Yeah, 16.
Had my shield out, you one bastard.
Yeah. All right. Something bites you.
Still can't see it?
Nope.
Well, damn.
You definitely feel it though.
I was really hoping this was gonna be one of the things where like, you can't see them in with dark vision or some shit.
These things play by the "we're always invisible" rules.
Eh.
Like that one assassin I had.
Yeah.
I love
But,
that
uh,
guy.
These guys are significantly less dangerous than that one says.
Yeah, I can't blame you for trying. I thought it was gonna be something different.
It was a good try.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just it was the spark that made them attack. I think a turn earlier than they were going to anyway.
Yeah, fucking.
So, yeah, they bite you, and then you hear them shuffle away.
Oh, you little fuck.
So, beginning of combat, round 1, Dutch. Here, Gouvet let out an ouch. I don't know what
You
Gouvet
hear
has
Gouvet
pain
go.
sound.
All right, now listen up, you little fuck.
Gouvet lets out
happened there,
pain
bud?
sound.
What happened there, buddy?
I got bit by something. Dumbass.
Oh,
Do
okay,
I
that's how
see
you
it?
do it. Thank you, too.
I'm gonna roll perception
All right.
to try and hear for what ailed him.
Still miss the freaking the ability to just do GM roll as part of the roll rather than having to change it. And heck,
Yeah, I can see that being.
I don't even need to bother rolling. You are able to figure out that they are invisible things moving around and are able to at least tell vaguely where they are. Vaguely
Invisible
meaning, like,
things.
What can we do to help you guys?
Invisible things moving around. And then I will gesture
We don't.
to
they are
where
both
I
about
hear
20 feet away from, or 20 feet, 10 feet away from Gouvet up front on kind of both sides.
They're invisible things moving around. No shit, huh?
I will gesture specifically to where.
If you guys are
someone-
like in a T formation right now, they're basically becoming the bottom of a upside down T. So they're 10 feet away on either side of Gouvet.
Yeah, invisible things happening here, and I gesture to where I hear it from.
I mean, are you pointing to the left or the right? There are two of them.
I have two hands, so I one each.
Double finger guns in there, in the direction where they are.
Yeah. And I use Druidcraft to have a little flower sprout right below where I think each one of them is.
Yeah. Flowers are not doing so hot, but they definitely sprout.
Yeah, just to
All
mark.
of you know that there are flowers, and that's apparently where they currently are. Mo, unless you want to move, Lumpy.
Nah.
I guess we probably should do. What is your marching order? Rawl is behind Mo, wherever that is.
Grunt.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Gouvet is up front.
Yeah.
So
Probably
those are the two
behind
requirements.
Gouvet.
All right. Then it goes Gouvet, Mo, Rawl. Where's Oyeko and Dutch? And that then lasts.
I mean, this isn't just like a. We don't have to be single file, do we?
Nope.
Yeah, I would be very close to the front because normally can't see, so I kind of need to be guided.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So where are you in comparison to Gouvet then?
I'll be next to
Roll
Raw.
I like maybe 5 feet behind her.
All right.
You know, I'll probably be
Right.
5 feet behind the Yeko because I also can't see in the dark.
Off to the left.
Okay.
Other than I'm thrilled.
Oh, wait,
You know
take
where
the
everyone
left.
is. Then. Mo.
Um, I don't have a great many tools for killing. We heard them shuffle away, right?
Yeah. You know where they are vaguely.
Then I will attempt. They're not melee with me, right?
No. Here, I'll just drag you guys over to a map so we can kind of show what the deal is.
I will attempt to shoot them based off where I vaguely know where they are.
Alright.
Knowing that is likely to fail, but...
Oh, you guys don't really know where that is. Oh, you guys have that as your freaking thing.
Oh, well, that's... I'm guessing if I have disadvantage...
Yeah. You don't need to bother rolling again.
Yeah.
Alright. What is it? It's 30-30?
Yep.
Thank you. There you go. And let me grab. You guys don't technically know where they are, but borrow these.
Good night, everyone.
Okay, let me drag you guys over here. And hopefully it'll put you in the right place. Oh, and I need to reveal where these are. At least where you suspect they are.
Page down.
I need to go in. I could have messed with it, but I'm doing this quick. I'm doing it quick.
Did she just join?
No, she's in our...
Alright.
That is the end of my turn, though.
Mhm. So yeah, this is basically the situation. You guys are 20 feet away from the wall at the farthest. So Gouvet is 20 feet away from the wall. So the wall is like right here. Oh yeah, I need to drag the encounter over here.
Yeah, she was not on it. Right.
I wonder. Oh no, I can't do pop out. Why is it I can't do pop out? Angry.
So Gina is like, all we really should do is just let them know how we can support them. And how
Oh, there we go. I can unlink.
integrate. But
Good. I didn't know that's how that worked. All right. So Mo shoots in the general direction of one of these creatures. Ayeko.
I mean, there's flowers where they are, right?
Yeah. That is at least where Dutch thinks they are.
All right.
And
Guess I'll draw the wall too.
Where's my character sheet? There it is. I popped it up. Silly me.
If you think that
Yeah, I mean, I'll swing at it.
All right.
We'll solve questions about issues about.
I'm assuming I have disadvantage because, you know.
Yeah. You're attacking an invisible opponent. So.
It doesn't. It just combines.
And you swing through empty air.
Yeah, I'll try again. That felt like a bad swing, you know.
And that time it connects with something.
Oh.
Yeah, it turns out being invisible is a pretty good defensive tactic. You don't really
Yeah,
need
that's
much else. All right. You harm whatever this thing is.
They go, bro, why?
It kind of feels like not cutting through a creature. It kind of feels like you're cutting more through a, like, spongy something or other.
I see. It should be noted, the hooded lantern I would have had to set down before this because I have to two-hand my weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Can't you just like hang on a belt or something?
That's true.
So
I mean, that's why you would use a lantern, right?
Yeah.
Just have a torch.
No.
Take the opportunity to kick the wood lantern.
order them and say, how can you come up with
Oh, we're all damaged.
It falls down.
I like how I saw the damage numbers pop up. That was cool, but I also love how it popped up on both of them.
Yeah, because they're both based on the same character. I don't know. Here, I can transfer it so they stop doing it. Yeah.
My attack was so powerful it hit the one that far away from me.
Although this is probably... Oh, good. No, it didn't break everything. Good. Thing? Oh. Nope, it did break everything. This token references an actor which no longer exists within the world. Yeah, I know.
I totally.
Because the represented actor is no one.
I see you would say, hey Jim, don't.
I'm an
Oh.
actor.
To this church.
Weird.
problems. I agree with that.
This was I didn't think I was going to be using these creatures, so I didn't make a freaking actor for them. And now I'm using them.
By the second half of that, with all it is combining the problems with
They're an old 3.5 creature that I did not use a heck of a lot, but they're fun.
Honestly, any creature that stays invisible is fun.
Who was it I was...
Not very
I hate
disparate.
them all.
Speaking of 3.5, who was it that I was with when I was looking at how much 3.5 content Wizards released compared to 5e content? Was it one of you guys?
I don't know. I don't remember having that conversation, but it's not surprising.
I also don't remember having that conversation, but it sounds vaguely familiar, too, at the same time.
Might have been... I don't remember who it was. I feel like it was someone I played D&D with. It might have been Kyron. I think it was Kyron.
Karen's the one going through the spell book, changing all the spells.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. Well, because he's like, there's a lot of spells that just shouldn't be concentration or should just be like changed.
I mean, 5e is 5e. It's got its own issues. But yeah, you harmed a creature. It is unhappy with you harming it and is going to attempt to nom on you. I'm not giving these guys weapons because that's honestly annoying. Like, setting up freaking gear for these things is just pain. Just one of those things.
And then she said, and you know, it's just as
Apparently, I cannot set it up so they gain a bonus. So
you
they gain a +4 to whatever they roll.
And this is attacking who?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that hits. I'm not wearing my armor. My AC is 12 right now.
It is the thing in front of you. So, and you gain knowledge that it is definitely in front of you as it freaking bites down. It is, however, then going to move. So.
Can I get an opportunity attack, or no? Because I can't see it.
I think you don't require vision to attack with opportunity. At least not with that I know of, unless the rules are dumb. I mean, it's still a disadvantage, but you definitely can.
Yeah.
Do you use a reaction to swing your sword wildly in the air, or does it? Do you have to?
Boom.
You have to be aware that there's something that you could hit.
I mean, you're aware they're there, I think. Unless
If you've
invisibility-
hit them, then you know they're there.
Yeah. However, they are going to vanish after, of course, you hit them. Or miss them in this case.
Yeah,
The next
well, I
question is-
realized I learned it had a low AC and immediately started adding the -5.
Isn't disadvantage roughly equivalent to a -5 in like probability to hit? So you're basically swinging with a -10.
Yeah, but if I hit, I get a +10 to damage.
Friggin' heck, I wish I could hide my cursor so I can move invisible creatures. I guess I can move them with arrow keys and then you guys can't tell them where they are.
You also just move your cursor erratically.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because you can kind of tell where I'm moving a creature. I have to remember where they go.
You should pretend
Alright.
to move in 3 different places to fool us.
Oh my god, we have to guess which one it is.
Yeah. Well, I just learned I can just do them with the arrow keys, and then wherever my cursor is irrelevant. It's not like Lancer where trying to move with arrow keys on a freaking hex freaks everything out.
That sounds crazy.
Anyway. And honestly, Lancer is a
Extra
lot more
damage
physical.
move on shithead.
Do you need to be able to see them to do that? Because in this case,
I probably do, yeah.
Then yeah, no.
Yeah,
You
I'll
know
Christian
that they
take that. That's
exist
my pick.
there.
Alright.
Yeah, you do have to be able to see.
Come on then, bitch.
But I did want
Yeah, even with disadvantage, you still freaking catch it. It was like freaking good disadvantage.
Alright, that should be doing more damage. Namely 4 more. And then anything Curse King does, I don't know if it does in this case.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like Curse King does anything special in this case.
Does this thing happen to be a fucking... definitely not a human, definitely not a goblin. This is elemental of sorts?
Nope.
Alright.
Yeah, once they die, you'll know what they are. But yeah, you stab him.
I can swing again, I just need to very quickly go in and fucking make it to where it's actually giving me the correct damage.
It's not using the offhand attack.
how small is your church? And he's like, actually, let's look at the same media that is
I wish ragamuffins were still a thing. I wish a lot of creatures from freaking 3.5 were still a thing.
I think a 9 misses.
Yes, a 9 unfortunately misses.
Yeah. Alright.
I'm gonna look it up again.
That's it.
There are a lot of monster manual books that have come out. I think 5th edition Foes dragged a lot of stuff forward. Critter Compendium dragged a ton of stuff forward. It just didn't drag everything. And those everythings are what I'm actually looking for.
Yeah, that's all I got.
And that one actually is going to be attacking you. So
unsurprising.
Yeah. It's like, oh boy, my food's come to me. Great. So
yeah, it misses.
17 misses?
Oh, 17, okay.
Yeah. Remember, I can't add the plus.
Yeah.
It's whatever it rolls.
17 hits.
There was conversation with the various different
With your shield, it would probably block, but
yeah, I need to switch to my shield.
Yeah. I don't know why.
You can do it like that, Mitchell.
All right, good. I will do it like that next time. Thank you for figuring this out, you guys.
Yep.
Freaking macros.
I love finding wonky macros.
Yep.
My favorite is when you gotta get the parentheses involved.
Yeah.
It bites, and it is also going to attempt to shift. So
God, that's how you know it's a good one. Yeah, I'll take a stab at it.
And that is unfortunately a miss.
Damn. These bastards probably have 12 AC, don't they?
I don't know.
Oh my god, he's guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard that a few times. Do you think
I can't believe Mitchell's guessing their AC. You're supposed to know this ahead of time.
That would actually be so pog if you just had to guess the AC based on like their art and names. Like, yeah, he looks like he's got about an 18.
It would be so freaking BM. Because the freaking ACs are so freaking weird.
Yep.
Like this thing, I'm looking at one of the monster manuals I have, the Critter Compendium. They have the Fargon. It's an entire thing literally covered in steel. Like the entire thing is just made out of steel. 15 natural armor.
Huh?
Yep.
It must be pretty bad steel.
Yep. I mean, it's actually technically a monster, not a like golem or whatever. So it kind of
really
makes sense once you like think about it. But it looks like it's covered in metal, and it's not. Yeah, and of course, when you get freaking natural, like weird animals involved, everything gets thrown out. Anyway, that is all. They have one attack each, so they're doing their best. And I think they've actually kept up with you guys in the damage race category.
they're still doing
Yeah, that's the same amount of damage that I dealt.
Ew.
Which is honestly kind of surprising given that I was using 1d4 plus 4 and they're using 2d6 plus 2.
Yeah, they've been rolling really junk for individuals. Swinging great swords and freaking hitting for like dagger. But that's all from them.
Oh my god, they are doing 2d6 plus 2. I was like,
Yep.
I guess they're just hitting for like a small one. No, they're just.
I mean, these things are very low challenge rating. Their main danger is the inability to hit them effectively.
Strange energy
All right.
They're fairly tough. But they got their own issues.
said something.
Guess the disparity in publications, not counting adventure packs, or adventure guides, I mean, campaign settings, between 3.5 releases and 5e releases.
50.
51.
Jig's closer, right? So
yeah, what 3.5 was like 70 or something like that. Or
released 69 titles by my count between 2003 and 2007 in 4 years.
Yeah.
And D&D 5e has released 16 titles since. When did it go into print? 2014. So twice as long.
Feels like it's
so it's been in print for twice as long, and has released 16 titles as opposed to 69, which is crazy.
3.5, while it had a lot of books that were just bloat, it did have some freaking neat stuff. Like freaking, what was the one I was just looking at?
So my sad
Lords of Madness, one of my favorite books.
is
I don't know what this is.
like my problem with 5e isn't about 5e actually. It's just that it's very undersupported,
Well,
and
yeah,
it feels like it's like half of the game.
because they built the game and said, okay, you guys can do the rest of the work, right?
Kinda, yeah. This is even counting like
But people looked at him and then, well,
yeah.
yes, partially
the
that,
16
partially,
is
okay,
even-
I guess we'll just make our own stuff then.
The 16 is even counting the one
just
that Mr. put out, as well as Adventures Incorporated, which was other guys put out.
Yeah. I mean, there's tons of books if you look elsewhere. Like, you know, Mage Hand Press has, I think, 16 all on its own, if not a couple more. Cobalt Publishing has a whole bunch, and Giant Frog Games. And those are just the ones that I, like, frequent.
Anyway, sorry, that was a distraction. I just fell down a rabbit hole because we started talking about it.
Yeah, it's alright. That would be something that I'd like to do, is transfer a bunch of monsters out. Anyway, we're back to the beginning of the round, so it is your turn, Lumpy. And they have shifted from where they were, so they're back
I'm
to
gonna
wherever
use
they are.
my senses to try and locate them once again.
Alright.
What's going on?
Game paused.
Is it?
Yeah, it just said game paused on the bottom.
Is it off
It's
now?
not- Yep.
Okay.
I think so.
It wasn't showing for me, so I shut it off immediately upon coming in. Although I can
I'm
only see Payton in here, so that's possible.
I'm gonna relog.
Issues.
I'm doing great.
I see you all. Hold on, let's test something.
The requested user does not exist.
Oh yeah, okay, I need to relog.
Login successful. All right.
I tried to say hello and I clicked enter and it's like, you didn't actually hit anything. All right.
Yep. Yeah, I went to close another file and all of my mouse was like, oh, you want to close that, right? No, stop. All right, let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna listen around
I just rolling stealth, so
and I'm gonna shrug.
doing it in the opposite order.
Unless they roll real bad.
Oh no, it zoomed me in again. I gotta.
All right. You are able to keep track of one of them.
Yep.
Druidcraft.
That's
Flowers.
where you hear that.
There now.
And the other one is unfortunately too sneaky, so you're unable to
I
make it.
got one. So I'm gonna put flowers under where the one is.
Just put flowers in a random spot elsewhere. Just to...
Maybe I'll get them.
All right. Anything else?
They won't know.
True.
I guess, yeah. No, the other guy beat you by so freaking much. I'm not even gonna give you a hint. You have no idea who the other one is. If you get close, I'll give you like an area. But not. Not when he beat you by literally double the amount.
But someone posted
Sneak man. Anything else though, Lumpy?
my 94-year-old.
Raul doesn't have a turn, I just realized.
First time
Raul probably should have had a turn.
we talked for a bit and said
He fell asleep.
I hung up and didn't. I stayed on the line for a bit longer just so I could hear him say in the room. Hear him in the room laughing.
It's my turn. Don't wear it
Why do
out.
they not have initiatives for freaking NPCs? I guess they don't. I mean, I want to use the Lancer initiative
God, I
system.
love the Lancer initiative system.
Oh, sorry, Raul. You don't get your freaking thing.
I barely even remember the Lancer.
It's the popcorn system. So players go, enemies go, players go.
Oh,
and
right.
I remember
like
the one time we didn't use it. It was like,
Yeah.
no, we're using the other one again.
Horrendous. We had a new person that week, so I was like, oh, I guess we'll give the agility system a try and have that be like normal D&D initiative. And then we all decided, no, Sorry, new person. Doesn't matter what you say. We hate this. It's just so clunky.
Honestly, you know what initiative system I kind of was down with?
Hmm.
I was kind of down with the Scion initiative system.
Oh yeah, how fucking
That shit was
would
weird,
push you
but I
back
liked it.
in a
Yeah.
weird way. That was neat.
Yeah, I kind of like that system.
I don't think our side ever dealt with that system though, because our side didn't want me to fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, our side got into a fight because Kyron pulled a knife on a guy and stabbed him into a table when he was negotiating.
Yeah.
I wanted to get into a fight, and then the rest of my team went, "No, we can't get in a fight. We can't."
Our fight was really funny because we were just scrapping with people,
Yeah.
and then
He's
halfway through the
invisible, but it
fight, we're
doesn't
like,
matter.
"Wait, why are we fighting?" And everyone went, And so we just stopped fighting.
So what was the Scion system again? I'm forgetting.
It was you basically got an initiative based on, I believe, a die roll plus your agility, and then
Sounds right.
you basically choose what you want to do every round, and that moves you around the initiative system, and it just basically goes around like clock.
Yeah.
Every action had like a set value, almost, Lumpy.
Yeah. So if you do like a quick stab, then you only move up the clock a little bit and connect quickly again. However, of course, stabbing someone with just a quick stab doesn't usually deal very much damage. But if you do like a big roundhouse kick that deals a bunch of damage, it slows you down a bunch, but it also gives you the chance to freaking really bring the pain.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Hell, bro. What the hell? 13. It looks so much higher, but she just is a +8. Turns out having freaking that much strength is good.
Yeah, it's great. You'd be fooled. You'd think I wouldn't have that much, but no, I've just been rolling real well.
Yep. Right, more damage. Huzzah. Dutch already had his turn. Rawl got basically a free turn because I forgot she existed. She was invisible. She now is not invisible anymore. Mo! There's apparently one of those things near you.
I will attempt to stab it. Disadvantage 10.
Unfortunately, it's not quite enough.
And that is the end of my turn.
Alright. Ayako.
Hello, that is me. Alright, well, looks like this bad guy over here. Oh my god, it untapped my fucking character sheet. I'm like, did I minimize it? No, it's just gone. Okay, I will...
So,
I will swing at it. With a -5.
But I heard untap.
That hits, right?
That hits, yes.
Okay, great.
Untap, up, draw.
Damage. I'm gonna re-roll that d10 because of my fighting style. So,
Jesus
more
Christ.
Yeah, it goes squish.
Yeah.
And it stays visible. And you guys see. Let me grab actually a picture of it. Now you can see what it is.
First staff.
This I want to see.
I guess I can actually just copy the picture of it. But, you guys probably won't fight too many of these. So. See that thing with the big cut through it.
Gross.
Yeah.
Wait, where'd you put it? In Discord?
Yeah, in Discord.
Oh my god, he's cute.
Yeah. By the way, the reason that you got freaking tapped is the weird little like hooky things. Which, fun fact, don't actually do anything. They're literally just sensory organs. That's all they do is they poke.
That's pretty funny.
They don't actually deal any damage or anything. Yeah, Theo knows exactly what they are.
I remember there being a meeting one time.
No. Or vice versa. Freaking say.
And I mean, I have a second attack, but I don't know where the fuck it is. So I will run to here and swing above me.
All right. You swing at air.
But yeah,
you missed.
Almost got him. That's my turn.
All right. This is not terribly intelligent, but smart enough. Nom 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 nom. Oh, that's bad.
Mm.
Just my brain immediately freaking adding the... Oh, what the heck? The purple car from, Huge Giant Games or whatever it is. Same people that did Pajama Sam.
Putt-putt?
Yeah.
I heard he saved the zoo.
Yeah. There's a specific voice line in that says nom 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 delicioso, and I freaking remember that. No, that's from Dora. I think I'm remembering.
That's
Freaking heck,
Dora.
my brain just remembering random bullshit.
And it's also the sound that Weedle Toonito puts on his Pokemon videos whenever a Pokemon eats a berry.
Great. All right, Dutch. I'm guessing a 16 connects with you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a pretty good guess.
You guys just cannot get away from that one. One die has to be a 1. You get a nom. Alright, Guve, you found one of them. It seems to be cut nearly in half.
Well, damn. I guess I'm gonna look for fucking the other one.
Go ahead. Not even gonna bother rolling. They literally can't beat a 24. You hear it in front of Dutch.
Well, move over. I believe it takes my action, so that's all I can do. I will just point at it. There. Kill it.
You pointed Dutch.
If they can't get enough out of that, then they're idiots.
Roll swings at Dutch.
I would point at the ground.
I look at myself.
It's standing there. Kill it.
Oh my god. He wants me to put Dutch on the ground.
No, I want you to put Dutch in the ground.
Not again.
Yeah, no, we're all just freaking. Why is that rolling it not as versus power? She doesn't freaking be able to shield. Ooh, good hits. Alright, Dutch.
Yo.
Seems to be one right in front of you.
I'll try and swing a hand axe at it.
Is your AC
Actually,
really
no.
10, by the way, Lumpy? Or is that just a glitch?
I am.
How?
I don't really wear much armor and my dex is negative.
Yeah, but don't barbarians have unarmored defense?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Could have 11 at the very least, then.
My con is 12.
Is it? Your con says 14.
Oh, right. I looked at the +2 and I was like, 10 plus 2 is 12.
The brilliance.
You should have AC 11. I mean, it's not that much better, but at
not
least it's a
good,
little
but-
better. Alright, go ahead and roll with disadvantage. You're not equipped, not proficient, great axe.
I'm proficient.
But if you look at the box, it claims you aren't.
You to mark it as proficient.
God damn it. Details. Proficient.
Why is it not just auto proficient? It's so bizarre. I guess it doesn't know what weapons are proficiency for you guys.
Disadvantage.
But a miss.
Shit, I missed.
Anything else?
I'll say, hey man, don't do that.
What are your levels in? Oh, you're mostly druid. Okay. Oh yeah, you did a similar thing to what I did for my druid barbarian.
Yeah.
At least the plan. I was. I only had 5
way to
levels
do it.
to work with.
Seems like the way to approach it, I think.
Sure. Mo.
You attempt to stab the other one.
Yeah. that's fine.
The
And it's
not visible one, I'm guessing?
Not dead.
Yes.
more, but it's
Go
more-
ahead. Disadvantage.
I just really can't take it.
Invisibility is fun. We get to roll more d20s. You hit.
Oh. Am I do have an ally near, so I will.
I believe you have to not have disadvantage, just make attack.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Alright. It doesn't matter since it's dead either way. And it also de-invises once it dies.
Destroy the Ebony spears. Break his shield.
There you go. Cleaned out the crash pit. At least of these things.
Well, that was exciting.
Because I think it's between these and the Otayog that I like that you see very, very rarely.
But otherwise, I don't know. It's like the first one. Pretty cool.
I guess the Otayog is just the big brother of this thing, effectively.
Big beefy slapper.
I mean, it loses invisibility, but it's also significantly tougher and more dangerous. Also, fun fact, they have 13 AC, not 12.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
They're only CR1. They're very, very low for fungus. These things were not going to be able to kill you.
one of them.
Yeah. I will. I'll put out the light of the lantern. By the way.
Yeah, push it back down.
Yeah.
Alright. Then you guys are back to darkness, which for 3 out of the 5 of you doesn't matter.
Although I will actually. I'll go next to Gube first and put it out.
So, yep. Go ahead and drag you guys back. There's nothing else to see here. Just to make it a little easier for you guys to figure out what's going on and whatnot.
So, time to head back to the fucking place we're going before we got jumped.
Yep.
Piece of shit.
Yeah, and looking around, you definitely see that some of the goblin corpses have been chewed on by these things.
You're not listening. They're just laughing.
Well, that was
Chew.
that was
They are mushrooms. Yeah, they're sentient fungi. I was actually wondering, because I know they're plant creatures, but I was like, are they actually mushrooms? And yes, they are. They're mushrooms that eat people. The fast way. It's the slow way is no fun.
Okay, so Leo.
Decay exists as an extant form of life, and we just killed it. Bitch.
They'll be back. It's fine.
No.
I mean, it's a mushroom. We can't kill it in any way that matters.
Nuclear annihilation?
That's how you deal with
that's not
the
the way that matters.
True.
No, that
Throw it into
doesn't
the
matter.
sun? That's pretty pog.
That doesn't
Although,
matter.
to be fair, if you nuke mushrooms
We're not trying-
enough times, eventually they'll
trying to
probably
kill
just become
the sun.
immune to it and get on with it. I think there actually are mushrooms that are
That's what I'm
just
saying, Lumpy.
perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Like they eat radiation and are perfectly okay.
I mean, isn't there the fucking forbidden dark fungus that lives in Chernobyl?
Yeah. They just live in freaking super radioactive zones and they're just like, yeah, I know all other life dies from this stuff, but I mean, have you tried it? It's great.
Mushrooms are kind of insanely resilient.
They also can eat pretty much anything. Like, did you know they're actually starting to use mushrooms to eat plastic? Like, they
I
can just
believe I
break
did hear
down
about that.
plastic.
That would
Yeah, mushrooms are
they're mushrooms. So
sick.
It doesn't.
Yep. Yeah, mushrooms are actually just the alpha beings.
Well, I believe
might
like
appear
the
to be
largest
worthless.
life form on Earth is just like a massive fucking just huge basically mushroom.
Did you know all the coal on Earth is from before the mushrooms learned?
Bold to assume that anything's before the mushrooms learned.
And all the coal
You know that old
From
the old
after the mushrooms learned.
that the trees have learned violence.
Yeah.
Have the mushrooms have learned violence. I mean, there's plenty
The
of
mushrooms have known violence for a long time.
Gotta work themselves up. They're playing the long game.
Oh shit, I can see the moon and there's a slot in my blinds right now.
I can't because I just don't have any windows.
That's like a fucking 2 centimeter wide gap. How the fuck did I look over right as I could see the moon? What the hell?
Maybe the moon's looking at you.
I'll beat the moon's ass. I don't give a shit. I'll whoop your ass. Alright. Further into the caves.
Yep. I mean, are you guys not bothering to look through the rest of this room, or are you just heading back to the doorway you know exists?
I'll take a
The
peek
world.
around. See if there's any other exits.
Mo uses Mo's eyes. They're not very good eyes, but they're at least eyes. Even taking a more than cursory glance around, you do notice that there is another entrance that leads up, fairly steeply, in fact, off to one side. It's kind of like partially covered by garbage. I guess one side. It's on the eastern-ish side of this big circle cave.
I believe we need to go down, so... Downwards.
Yeah, I mean,
Into the depths of hell.
Alright, so you guys go back to the other entrance. And this one does in fact go down, though not very steeply. It also doesn't last for very long. Yep. It only drops basically a floor after about 50 feet. And it opens into another large room in comparison to the first one, but it's only 50 feet wide. You can see the other side fine. However, the length is significantly longer, as this is definitely outside of dark vision range. From at least the area you can see, it seems to be some sort of very, very minor stream. It's not even really loud enough to hear until you're already there. You don't see anything other than a little bit of ambient plant life, along with a couple of small glowing mushrooms in this particular area. You guys are kind of in the middle of this room, it seems, because the room extends in both directions away out of dark vision range. The stream seems to be running... You guys basically came in from the west, so it runs to the north.
Head north.
Alright. You head north. Moving across the room, as there's about a 15-foot ledge, I guess? Kind of over the little stream. Or next to the little stream, which is only 5 feet wide at the widest point. And you do start hearing the sounds of water as you come to a small waterfall after only about another 100 feet of walking. I mean, you see it a little before that, but yeah, it's just a little stream. I mean, it goes down, of course, but
Down is the direction I want to go, so...
Jump into the water tube of darkness. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah,
There
it's
is no other exits out of this area, and there doesn't seem to be anything else down here.
Wire's gotta be going somewhere, right?
It's a pretty small passage.
Yeah, I guess we go the other way.
Yeah, let's
I mean,
not
you could
jump into
fit,
the water.
but there will be no stopping on the ride down.
I don't think that's gonna mean...
Climb through the water.
I think water breathing would be more appropriate in this case.
I don't have that one.
Yeah.
We'll have to make do with the spider climb.
So, jumping down the water tube, or heading back
I said
up.
go back the way we came. Much as I would like to jump down the water tube, I'd rather die in a fight, not due to my own stupidity. Granted, the fight will be caused by my own stupidity, but, you know.
So, traveling up the other direction, past, of course, the entrance you guys came in, you do see another exit. Unfortunately, it seems that it's on top of a small cliff on the opposite side of this little stream. Alongside that, there is a small, like, ladder, plus kind of like a wooden thing attached to it on the top of that little ledge, about 15 feet up. The area kind of on the lower side, the ledge you guys are walking on, is covered in a bunch of, well, at this point, wet clothing that might be drying.
What was
I mean,
that?
it's mostly just rags, but ground is covered in clothing that's wet.
But there was a
goblins
ladder.
around. Yeah, like a rope ladder type of thing.
Will
It's
it
at the
up or
top
down?
of the other side. It leads up. It's a ledge above you guys.
Mm.
Oh, it's not down.
And how high up is this ledge?
15 feet. Plus, of
That's
course, the
not too
5-foot jump across the
Mhm.
the stream.
I'm gonna
No
try
goblins
going up
around.
top.
I mean, I was like, I'll jump over there, but then I remembered I couldn't see, so I'm like, oh, like,
Yeah, right.
I will
What's
light
worse
a
that
rock
happens?
and toss it over.
I'll jump over. I'll eat shit.
I mean, the ladder is not down. It is still up on the ledge, so you'd be jumping against a stone wall.
I've got a climbing kit.
I mean, if you want to like jump over and try and drive a pinton in, and then hope it doesn't fall out before you're able to get
What's
it
the worst
in.
that happens? I fall into a stream?
If you want, I can do that since I feel like I'll probably have.
Actually, wait a minute. It's up?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to tie my grappling hook to a rope and fucking just try and drag it off over to where it's now down.
All right. I guess go ahead and just roll a dex check.
Sure. God.
You miss the ladder.
I mean, can I just keep trying this until it works?
I mean, yeah, but every miss is going to make a clink, 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 clink of a grappling hook missing.
That's fair.
So, I mean, if you want to just say you do it, then yeah, you miss about another 10 times before you freaking get a hold of it.
All right, I'll try again. At this rate, maybe the 10 times is the better option. One last time. For the love of God, game.
There you go. You're able to get the grappling hook around the ladder enough to be able to yank it down.
Now jump across.
Yeah, pulling it down does make a little bit of a loud bang because of the wooden piece at the top comes down and does kind of like a little ladder thing, or ladder thing, like a the foot thing that you see on boats to like let you get out of the water easily. It has basically that at the bottom, enough to hold the ladder down in the water so it doesn't like push down.
All right.
This is a rope ladder though, right?
Yeah.
And that was a grappling hook, right?
Yes.
Could you grappling hook the bottom and like drag it so it's over on our side?
You're
Probably.
back. I was waiting
Sure.
for you. There are matters that
I mean,
need
that
your
would
approval.
basically force you to like clamber across the ladder, 45 degrees up rather than up and down, but you can definitely do that. You could also just hop to the ladder. None of
I
you
was
have
just gonna
much
hop to the
force
ladder
strength.
and climb
We're
up.
all trying to go across, or just one of us.
I mean, it is a 5-foot stream. Literally, all of you can make that jump without bothering to roll. It is a hop.
Depending on how tall you are, you only have to jump.
Yeah.
It's just a long step.
So, yeah, Guve, you're able to jump over there and clamber up the ladder. And yeah, the ledge pushes out for about another 20 feet. Just kind of a little like squarish landing area where it has a few more set up kind of drying stations. Basically just sticks with clothing kind of hanging off of them that are off the floor. Along with a passageway leading up. Very steep passageway, in fact. Are all of you guys jumping over to see what's going on, or just
Yeah, I
waiting
mean,
for
once
Uwe to let you know? It's going up and therefore is irrelevant.
I'd love to take a look.
I would also jump over, yes.
Yep.
I will attempt to.
You make it over, Mo. Even your old bones don't betray you on this.
As Mo climbs up to the top, I kick her back into the stream.
Get to watch as Mo slowly drowns in the tiny stream.
It's like 1 foot deep.
I'll find a way.
But yeah, you guys are all able to clamber across and up the ladder. And are now all standing on that little ledge.
Fog.
Up.
Yep. Up. It is a steep pathway. So it does, like, it's a hiking steep. It's not just like, you know. I guess
That's
it's not quite to stairs, but it's getting there. Like, if you slip, it's gonna frickin' hurt. You're gonna slide back down.
Don't slip.
It's a good thing none of you have, like, negative dexterity or anything.
So it's probably people with negative dexterity.
So, is it kind of similar? Because this is just a 5-foot wide tunnel, so marching order is same. Guve, Mo, Raul, and then Oyeko and Dutch at the back, or what?
I would rather be close to the front, given that I cannot see.
So do you want to do Guve, Oyeko? I don't know, because Dutch can't see either, so.
But I can't see.
Yeah, you're human, right, Lumpy? I'm not misremembering that.
Yeah, I'm human.
Yeah, so you're equally blind down here, unless you go animal. So what is marching order?
I'll go.
I don't.
So Yeko, Gevi, front, then Mo, then Well Dutch.
I'm guessing Mo Ral, and then you guys.
Mo, Well Dutch. The end.
I mean, Raul just needs to be somewhere near Mo, whether that's in front or behind. So she's just going to be somewhere near Mo in the marching order. So, yeah. You guys crawl up the tunnel. And near the top, Guve, your sharp eyes spot something. Someone has laid a rope across the pathway to the next room. And there seems to be something that looks like a clay pot that's just kind of hanging by the rope. Like, you can just see the bottom from the doorway.
Mo has not noticed that you've stopped.
Hopefully Oyeko is strong enough to where a fucking 20-pound Mo walking into her back won't change anything for me.
A small dog walks into Oyeko. Oyeko entirely loses her footing and everyone just falls behind her.
GG.
You're all thankful
More or
Oyeko
less.
took off her armor for like a second or third time.
I mean, so I see a rope that leads to a pot that's hanging up in the air, basically.
Yeah. It's a really poorly hidden tripwire.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not
Is
it
this-
connects to that pot is, you know, it's easy to assume, but it might be wrong.
Can I Can I try and perception see if this is actually a fucking fake out, and that disabling this is going to fucking lead to something else? There's another trap somewhere.
I mean, you don't see anything else in the room. The room beyond the doorway, of course, is still black. So, you can see the shapes of at least some form of construction, furniture of some sort, from at least what you can tell.
Yep.
Of course, it's all shadowy, so it's hard to tell precisely what they are. But you don't see or hear any goblins in the other next room. But
How
as
high
for
up is the pod?
what it does, I mean, it's just above the edge of the doorway, so... And the doorway's about 5 feet tall, so it's about, around 5 feet.
Okay.
You can see it from that angle of looking up into the doorway. So
I mean, I'll just like go to the doorway, make sure I don't trigger the trap, and just look up and see like, is it in fact just a rope leading to this pot?
Yes.
Okay.
You can easily follow the rope to the pot.
I'm just going to grab the pot. How big is the pot?
It is like half the size of a Zelda pot, so it's like as big as your head, probably.
Okay.
So, sizable, but like not humongous.
Hey, Oyeko, come hold this for a second.
Okay.
And I'm literally just going to put Oyeko's hands on the pot.
What is this?
A pot. Don't let drop.
Oh, okay.
And I will then slice the rope.
All right. Yep. Oyeko, you feel a minor increase in weight from the pot, but otherwise nothing else happens.
Walk into the room, put the pot down.
Okay.
You do, by the
Carefully.
way, Oyeko, now that you're like, holding it and it's near your head, do hear something reacting to the extra weight. Kind of like I guess the sound of a lot of little things moving about.
Ugh, this is full of something weird.
Yeah, probably fucking spiders or some shit. Just put it down.
Ooh.
Okay, you shouldn't have said that. He's gonna like eat
That's
it
you,
now.
spiders.
I'm not.
Actually, we'll look inside of the pot.
The lid
As
is
long as I don't
closed.
have to like open it up or
Yeah,
anything.
you'd have to open it. There's no way to look in it without opening it up.
Yeah, fine. Whatever. That's not our problem. Just put it off to the side. Tell everyone not to touch it.
There's like a tiny hole in the top that someone probably left so that, whatever animal is in there, it doesn't just
Gosh.
suffocate.
You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna do that. It's like, I'm gonna close the hole. It's like, no, anyone close the fucking hole for no reason.
So, yeah, you set it down and look around the room. This room seems to be a lot more, I guess, regimented, I guess is a good word for it. A lot better set up. And yes, it seems like all of those shadowy forms you saw are indeed tables and the like. The room itself seems to be some form, at least at a first glance, of eating room of some sort. You see more of these pots, though there are most more larger ones than the smaller ones, set aside to one side near a actual door. There is a ladder leading out of this room on the opposite side, up a pretty good distance, just to the edge of your dark vision range. You can see the top of it, as well as another cave that is one of those short, 4-foot caves that leads off from the opposite side of the room from the doorway. So basically, you guys are standing in a rectangle. You guys come in at one of the long sides. The opposite long side has the ladder. The, I guess, shorter, or the shorter side to your left has a wooden door, and the side to your right is one of those short pathways. The room itself is filled with furniture. Well, small people furniture.
Yeah, I want to check out the door.
Sure.
Yes.
Check out the door.
Yep. It is a door that someone just put in front of this entranceway from the looks of things. It's not attached. It's just there. It's a nice door, though.
Open door.
The
I'm gonna
door
check for
is-
traps first.
All right. Go ahead and roll investigation.
I actually am proficient in this. I'm gonna fuck it up.
I'm
I didn't
using the
fuck it
help
up.
action.
This is horseshit.
I mean, if you want to roll another d20, because
It was worse.
Yep.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you have to keep that one.
Can't believe
advantage. So.
fucking Theo would ruin everything like this.
Yep. I mean, you look around the door. There doesn't seem to be anything attached to it. It's a door laying against the doorway.
I will attempt to open the door.
All right. This door is heavy. You're gonna need to roll a strength to try and move it.
Hey, Oyeko.
Yep.
Got some brute force needed.
Yeah. Is this strength or athletics?
It is you're strong enough to just move the door.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'm weak.
You have like a 20 where Guve has a 10. This door is heavy enough that a normal person has issues if it's off off its hooks.
Mm-hmm.
But you, yeah, whatever. It's a door.
It really wasn't that hard.
The B room.
It wasn't hard.
Where would you like? Are you picking it up and just setting it aside, or?
Well, I can't see, so I just kind of lift it up and just go. So what am I doing with this?
Set it to the side, please.
All right.
Learn martial arts.
I just can't see, so.
I will lead you over to the wall where you can set it. Just.
You can just set it like against one of the tables, or against one of the nearby walls. Inside, you guys see a couple of wooden crates.
Oh.
The room beyond is very small in comparison to this room. It's only about like, from the door to the other wall, it's about 10 feet, and it's kind of like, not L-shaped. It's another rectangle, but the rectangle, you guys are starting at like one end effectively, and then looking down it. And that goes for like 15, all roughly hewn. And looking in, beyond the wooden crates, there is a metal lockbox. With a lock on it.
Is this similar to the one we found way back when in the undead city that's escaping my tongue right now?
Not quite, no.
Okay.
That one was made out of like iron. This one is made out of copper.
Mithril.
No one knows about Mithril.
Yeah, fine. I'm gonna try and break into that stupid fucking lockbox.
People are just figuring out steel. They don't know how freaking Mithril or adamantine works. But yeah, it does have a crude lock on it.
I will try and pick it open, I guess. I still don't have pick proficiency, but I do have the picks, so.
You can attempt to pick it open. Are you guys doing anything else while Guve is working on the lock?
Normally, I would ask like anything else in the room, but I literally cannot see. So.
I was
yeah,
muted.
just gonna take it slow.
I did, however, point out that I both have pick proficiency and would like to use the help action.
I'll let you guys get to it.
I mean,
I
it's
can't
gonna take a minute to unlock the box, so you guys have other things you can be doing in the meantime. I guess, are you guys inside or outside of this little room?
I would have gone in case, like, the door I set to the side woke up and blocked the path again. Was way tougher to move.
Just a womp. Just moves in front of the frickin' doorway. You need to pay me 5 gold coins.
No!
Fucking stab him to death.
This is like Mario Party all over again.
And Dutch, are you going in the room, hanging out, looking at the spider jar?
I go, this ain't the Mushroom Kingdom, bitch, and I stab him.
It wouldn't work because he's facing you.
Yeah, stab him in the face.
No, that doesn't work. He's immune to bullets.
That's why I said I'd stab him, not shoot him. dumbass.
Bro, what do you think a knife is except for an elongated, sharp bullet that you have to be in melee range to use?
No, knife's a
Sword.
knife.
Yep. Lumpy,
Hmm?
what would you like to do? And are sleepy?
Doug is chilling, and he's not getting in the way while his friends unlock the door.
Are you inside that room or outside that room?
Oh, he's following the gang. He's inside the game.
Yeah. Rawl, for once, is going to stay outside. Mostly because that room is getting very crowded, and no one else is keeping watch out here.
I mean, keeping watch is lovely and all, but
Yep.
you know.
Theo is helping, so if you'd like to roll another die.
Sure.
If you're accepting, I guess. Help. Bo's help just makes it worse.
Oh, please stop talking. I'm trying to concentrate.
A 14 is more than enough to break this rudimentary lock. It's like someone just kind of stuck it on there. It's not very good. You pop it open, and opening up the chest reveals a con save.
Con save?
Yeah.
I'm great at
By
these.
the way, Mo, could you please roll one too? Because you're also sitting there staring at the chest.
Well, I'm actually great at these.
I'm not.
Oh.
Rest of us in the room are set, or what?
Yeah, you guys are too far away. The effect does not reach away from the chest. It's just because both of them have their face in front of it. As a cloud of mushroom spores comes out of the chest and attempts to make you sad.
Why would the mushroom clouds do this?
And 6 poison damage for you, Mo, and 3 for you, Gouvet. Mo, you're also poisoned for a minute.
That is not anywhere near as bad as it could have been.
That's true. It could have given you, like,
Poison for
yeah,
a month.
fungus.
Assuming there's nothing else in here.
I mean, there's a whole bunch of mushrooms.
I cough once and then toss it into the corner.
Oh. Alright, yeah. You've unlocked the box, got mushroomed, and then tossed it into the corner.
Alright, well, time to go to the exit. I'm done here.
Sure. Which exit would you like to go to? There's a ladder leading up, and a small cave that leads away.
Fuck it, ladder leading up.
Alright. So, you clamber up the ladder to a very, very tiny ledge and a small tunnel. Like one of those 4-foot tunnels.
I'm not going to that tunnel. I climb back down.
There were a couple of small pieces of rock that were at the top, by the way. Just so I'm saying what you see up there to make sure you know.
Mm-hmm.
The only other exit out of this room, other than, of course, the way you came in, is another small tunnel.
I killed myself.
I mean, you could just leap off the ladder a couple times. It's 60 feet.
Why would I do? I have a gun, Mitchell. Hello? I have so many better ways to kill myself.
It's 66 damage.
It might not even kill you.
Well, no, it'll just kill you faster than shooting yourself in the face.
That's so funny to me.
Jump and shoot yourself in the face. That's.
Alright, go through the one at the top of the ladder.
Okay. Although I guess you deal crit damage if you shot yourself in the face. So.
Yeah. And it could be like in Pathfinder where it's when you crit yourself, you automatically crit, and then you have to roll a con save to see if your body can fucking handle it.
Is there actually rules for I cast suicide?
Well, in Pathfinder, it's just a coup de grace. It would be that's what you do to execute a helpless creature, and because you're doing it to yourself, you're helpless. So, you automatically crit yourself. I don't think you do maximum damage or anything, but you automatically crit, and then you have to roll a Constitution save or it's a Fortitude save in Pathfinder, and the DC is like 10 plus the damage you dealt, and if you fail it, you die automatically.
Yep. That's how it used to work in 3.5 too. So
God, I fucking love Coup de Grace.
Kinda sad they left.
baby.
that means that in 5e you can shoot someone in the frickin' side of the head point blank while they're asleep, and if you don't fricking instantly kill them because you don't fricking deal a crit damage, frick you. Nothing else happens. They
wake up and go,
fight you.
Well, that was a bra moment, and then kill you.
Why just house rule you can coup de grace people?
Yeah, because you should be able to do it. But yeah, the tunnel that is up at the top of the ladder, it is tight. You guys, well, with the exception of Mo, have to all either crawl or kind of like crouch walk. It's only about 4 feet tall, so, and there are pieces of it that are even shorter.
Yeah, it's fucking crouch walk.
This is pleasant.
No, it isn't.
Even tighter at about 3 feet wide, but you guys can all kind of squeeze through without too many issues.
Very little we've done has been pleasant for the past year. I've had one bit of good news in that time.
It's involved Johnny.
Yes.
Doesn't that make you happy, Lumpy? That your death was the one piece of good news? So,
hey, he made a very hateable character and he did it well.
Yeah. That was the goal. It was well done.
Thank you, thank you.
Lumpy's like, thank you. Wasn't.
Wasn't the goal, but I'll take it anyway.
Burns notebook.
I'm gonna make a character that is so beloved.
Johnny the hero, very cool guy. Everyone loves him.
So, the tunnel runs for a while. It just kind of twists and turns and runs through the mountain for at least, at a guess, about 300 feet of twisting and turning.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, you make it to I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a vertical tunnel. The brain, a well, I guess?
A chute.
A chute, yeah.
A pit?
A pit's more like at the top of a chute, I guess. Kind of. The chute, however, is a lot wider. It's actually a big, like, 10-foot wide chute in all directions. And is perfectly smooth.
Oh, like a shark.
Yeah, it looks kind of familiar. There also is conveniently a couple of ropes that someone has tied that lead up. One of the ropes you can see across the chute does in fact lead to another of these rough caves, so that one is bigger.
Is there any chance I could quickly go and grab something to eat?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to continue without me, though.
I have a feeling you'll probably be like held for a minute here, Theo.
So there's a smooth chute and ropes.
Yep. There is, in fact, no rope that leads off of this particular tunnel. However, you do see ropes that are like above as well. None that lead down, however. And of course, the down is beyond 60 feet. It just keeps going. And you don't see any tunnels that lead off of down.
I jumped down there. What do you think the chances are that I died?
I mean, you'd be betting on goblin rope construction. And, of course, not goblin freaking trick rope construction.
Now, if I'm going down there, I'm going to be betting on my own rope and using a climbing kit.
Yeah, if you want to go down, yeah, no, that's up to whatever your guys' gear is. The only real rope to like you can get at is the one across the chute here.
I'm gonna fucking whiff that if I try. I'm gonna somehow fucking just.
I mean,
jump,
just as a
miss,
reminder,
die.
Mo has offered to use it twice now.
No.
You guys do have your climb.
No.
I think Mo still has slots for it.
I hate magic now as well. I'm done with this shit.
Based.
Nah, pretty cringe actually.
I actually don't know if Spider Climb has like if you cast it as a buff thing, then it gives you more people. It doesn't appear to be.
Can you upcast it?
That's what I was checking, and I don't think so.
That's a shame.
There's a
Yeah, it
lot of
doesn't have
spells
an-
that you can't upcast.
Yeah, it doesn't have an at higher levels. It
What if
feels
you
like it
upcast
should, but it doesn't.
It makes you more sticky.
Well, I mean, it would just be the same as invisibility. You just touch more than one creature.
Hmm. I still stand by the biggest crime in the world is that commands upcast lets you target more creatures instead of just giving you an extra word per level.
You
Or at
just
least if you
freaking have a sentence and just ignore suggestion as a thing.
Hmm.
So, I mean, what is the plan? Because unfortunately, Guve, you're going to have to be first. This tunnel is not wide enough for you guys to really slide past easily.
Fucking. So, it's a chute that goes down. And there's, what, 3 ropes, I think you said? Did I miss you?
There are, I mean, you can see 3 ropes, but only one that's at like your guys' level that you're ever going to have a chance to jump to, and it's the only one that leads to a visual cave. The other 2 lead out of vision.
Fuck it, either I die and I'm free from this hell, or I fucking don't and I live. I rip it. I make the jump. Or I try to make the jump at least.
What is the
Actually, wait a minute.
without a running jump?
Before I jump, how far away is this?
10 feet. You're at the opposite side of a 10-foot diameter chute, so you're gonna be rolling athletics, and if you fail, you get to find out how deep it is.
Can be like that scene in the second Lord of the Rings. Frodo slips off the rope. It's only like a few feet, and he just goes, "I think I found the bottom."
Fortunately, you already know it's more than 60.
You know, I probably should have used the climbing kit like I said I would, but I already said I've jumped, so fucking it's fine, I'll just win. I did not win.
All right.
That's pretty good.
What are the rest of you doing as Guve freaking utterly fails to get...
I'm gonna jump and just lose my footing and go, ah, fuck, and just slip right off the edge.
I don't even see this happen. I just hear it.
Oh, aren't you right behind Oyeko?
No, you can see, like, my shadowy figure. You can see my outline fucking just plummet.
No. You hear, like, someone get ready to jump, and then just... Fuck! As they slip on a piece of rock and just fall off the edge.
Can I use a reaction to try to catch them?
You can.
Nah, don't. Just let it happen. This is how it should have been for a while now.
Alright,
Dex
what
to the
kind of check
freaking
would that
pit.
be?
It's a dex.
Just flat dex, I assume?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you just
Roll
trying to
that one, you get pulled off with me.
No, not one, he just misses.
Would I have disadvantage because I can't see?
Probably.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to see, so.
Also,
Alright,
I am, like, gearing up for a jump, which probably doesn't make it super easy to tell.
Alright, so at least it wasn't worse. An 11 does not give you very good grab, but it is a grab.
What are
However,
you doing?
could you please make another dexterity save this time?
Yeah, sure.
Because while Guve does not weigh as much as you do, still not great. Alright, a 15's enough at least to brace yourself. However, you are still hanging out in the tunnel. With a Guve hanging in the air.
So what
Well,
exactly?
at least
are you
for a minute
doing,
before you
Guve?
slam into the side.
That's what my plan was?
With your, of course, the oof.
Well, I can tell you it wasn't to slip.
Well, I can guess that. You're lucky I'm good at this.
What are we even looking at? I'll let a little bit of light out.
Yeah, you can see the
Christ.
at least the other rope and the very smooth freaking chute.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Huh.
Hey, you're strong. Throw me.
I don't think that's it. Don't you have a climbing kit?
I mean, yeah, but
Just use that, you dumbass.
At this point, Noyaka, go ahead and you can pull back if you wish.
You're gonna get a.
Yeah.
You're gonna get a wheezy. You're gonna get a
It is going to
wheezy
be an athletics, but at this point, unless you freaking utterly flubbed this,
nat one. Ah, damn.
Yeah, no, you're perfectly fine. You're able to pull yourself and Gube back into the cave mouth without issue.
God, it would be so funny though.
Besides,
Noyaka gets to test how deep this pit is.
we both know that I'm the one that's better at falling off of cliffs.
Yeah, I want to see how good I am though. I haven't done it yet.
You're not as good as me.
Evidently.
I mean, you let me stop you. I didn't
True.
let that watcher stop me.
I was really fighting against it though. To be fair, I probably could have pulled out your grip.
That's fair.
And then I would just stabbed your hand.
You want to try? That's a
Yeah.
joke. No, I'm not.
I'd stab your hand.
Ow!
I'd go for a second jump.
So wait, what? Are we trying to go down? Because
You think I know what we're trying to do anymore?
Well,
I lost the plot a long time ago.
Here, hold on.
Surely there's like a loose pebble or something.
Yeah, I slipped on one.
I'll take one that's like a reasonable size, so I can hear it.
This
if
is
it hits
not
the
a
bottom.
cleanly cut out tunnel. This is we made a tunnel in the rock.
So yeah, I'll
First.
find a decently sized rock and just drop it down the pit.
And I don't know exactly how you'd. I guess you'd figure it out. I guess an intelligence roll, because it does hit the bottom. But you have to just put the, sound stuffs together.
Yep,
Sure.
there's a bottom.
Yep. All right, Gube, you have a much better sense. I mean, it kind of makes sense. You're the one with the gun, so you should have probably a better sense of this sort of stuff.
I have a
bottom
great
is-
idea of how quickly things drop.
Yeah. Well, yeah, ballistics. Things go up, things come down. It's very interesting.
Fascinating subject.
I'm usually the one falling.
You figure it's like, yeah, you got a 21. It's about 100 feet down from where you are.
Like 100 feet, give or
No,
take.
it's not bad.
I could have survived that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it does, by the way, there's no splash. There's no freaking, no soft sound. It is crack as the rock hits the bottom.
Well, should we just like start clambering?
I mean, it's like a smooth thing, right?
Yeah, there is no clambering.
I think I can kind of clamber because I literally have a climbing kit where I can kind of
I
stab
meant,
in.
let's set up a rope right here.
Oh, yeah, I've got pythons. I've got 95 feet of rope, so sure.
I have some rope, but Jake lost my character sheet again. Oh, he found it. I have 100 feet of rope. Why do we have so much rope?
You guys don't have the
Situations
same
like this?
paranoia that Theo has.
No,
Just a
let's set up some rope.
good adventuring gear.
So we have a
Used to
climbing
a lot.
kit. We got into that one fucking thing very early in the campaign with the beholder.
Yeah,
I
you
never wanted to deal with that shit again.
Where the
I
tunnels
don't have a.
exactly like this. That beholder.
I don't have a climbing kit, but I do have some rope.
Should I be concerned about that? By the way, the fact this tunnel looks the same as the beholders.
Huh? Beholders.
Wait, does this look the same as the beholders?
I mean, it certainly kind of feels that way. You haven't seen any other tunnels across your journey so far since like that. I mean, there are other creatures that could create a tunnel like this, but you definitely have seen a beholder tunnel like this.
Beholders.
I mean, it's kind of small for a beholder tunnel, but 'Cause, I mean, they're large creatures, and the tunnel's only like 10-foot diameter, so you kind of have to like squish. But are you guys climbing down?
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm setting up some rope and climbing on down.
You hammer the pin into the wall or the floor, however you wish to do it. Alright, we'll tie some rope and start clambering down. And rope is freaking really nice, so no rolls.
I even got silk rope, so it weighs less.
So, I need to check something. Yeah.
Oh, it should be noted when we're going down, I will have put the light out.
Yeah.
Since I forgot to mention it.
Gube, as you start to clamber down, at about 40 feet or so down, you hear something say in your head, hello? What are you doing?
Currently climbing a rope.
I can see that. Could you explain why you're climbing a rope down here?
Because we're trying to get into the main goblin area so we can murder Cook.
That is unfortunate. And after that...
Come back to, that is unfortunate.
Welcome.
Yeah, it doesn't have to randomly do it. Nice. You're going to go ahead and make a con and wisdom save.
Con and wisdom, nice.
Yeah.
Good start. Even better.
Okay.
Yo, lucky sevens, 10 coins, baby.
All right. So. Freaking heck, that is. I mean, at least one of them cancels out, but it was only
It's me with saving throws.
Well, you feel equally confused and frozen.
Well, I guess it's good that I'm frozen.
Yep.
Am I at least frozen grasping onto the fucking rope?
Yes.
Thank God.
I was thinking about just rolling to see if you only had like one hand on it, but no. You're frozen that you're not moving.
Yeah, you should have fucking rolled for it. That would be the more funny thing to do.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm assuming I clamber down a little bit more, and there's just sort of like a...
Yeah, there's a blockage.
Goofy, you alright?
Oh, right.
I mean, I'm assuming by frozen I'm paralyzed.
Yes, you're paralyzed.
Okay.
So, no talking.
Yeah. Want to make sure before I say anything.
All right. And I mean, you are going to get another con save to resist the paralyzation, but before that, Echo, you hear in your head, another one. Could you just leave? Go back up the rope.
Is this similar to when the beholder talked to me the first time?
Not really.
Okay, that's good.
I don't think the beholder spoke in your head. It's not the same voice, if nothing else.
Who's asking?
Are you saying this aloud, by the way, or are you just thinking?
I'd
I'm
probably say
kind
it
of
aloud.
assuming, yeah. Since D&D telepathy does not work that way. It is... Could you just go back up the rope so I don't have to send you crashing down here and cause more trouble for myself, please?
But I kinda need to get down there.
By the way, at this point, could you please roll another con save, Peyton? See if you shake off the paralyzation.
I need to.
Ah, getting better, boys.
Soon.
Still holds.
I mean, I just need to get down there and talk to this fellow named Cook. See if I can understand why he's doing what he's doing.
I still don't know any Cook. All right, we'll try this.
Oh, wait, hold on. What's down there?
Unfortunately, there's no verbal response, but could you please make a... yeah, make a wisdom and con save.
Wisdom. Con. Wow, those are.
Freaking heck,
really
saving
good
throws are
rolls.
not freaking what you guys have right now.
What do I roll?
Alright.
Saving throws.
Yeah.
Nice, usually.
So... you are confused.
Huh?
And... you take... let's see... that much
Ow.
damage in necrotic.
Ow!
That drops me below 3/4.
Alright. There you go.
That's so
in the
fucked up.
meantime-
I just noticed that my bravery hadn't been updated since the last time we had a long rest, and I was like, oh shit. I need to set it back to max. And it was at 30 out of 39, so I set it back to 39. That's just I could have just not edited it. Fuck.
Mo. Are you climbing down next? Are you letting Raul clamber down next?
I'll go now next.
Alright. So you start clambering down. Yeah. The creature kind of once again speaks to you, Oyeko. It seems to notice that Gouvet is still not unparalyzed. I would heavily suggest that you leave or fall. Either way at this point.
Can I ask what's down there? I am curious. I don't intend to go down there anymore if it means we're just gonna get murdered on the way down.
Oh, right. I mean, you can't, so... what's down here is none of your business. It's my guard. Go away.
Okay, that's fair. Can you tell us what's at the top of this chute?
I don't know.
Alright, that's also fair. Alright, I'm gonna head back up. Guys, let's go back up.
Gouvet, could you please give me another con save? See if you
Could you-
finally break out of the paralyzation.
Could you let my friend go, though?
Hmm?
She's stuck, it seems.
Yeah, she'll get over it.
Right. Alright, up the rope.
Mo starts
Going up the
clambering
rope.
down. I mean, it's not going to continue shooting at you if you start moving up, so... Gouvet, eventually you either freaking make the save or break out of it just because the effect runs out.
I do not make the save.
Could you please roll a dex save as you return to being able to move your limbs? So, yeah, your limbs respond again after being unparalyzed, and you don't freaking fall the extra 60 feet. So, you're able to continue or retreat, however you wish.
I think this is definitely a fucking retreat angle.
Yep. So, yeah. You guys are able to get back up into the cave.
Okay, so, do we go up or do we try to find some way to deal with that?
I know exactly what to do.
Do you?
I try and jump across.
Right.
All right, a 12. I'm trying to think. What is a standing jump? What is the distance?
I think that would carry me 5 feet. I would normally be carried 5 feet.
Yeah.
Just I don't need to hit the wall. I just need to get within reach of the rope.
Yeah. All right. You at least get close enough to make a grab. It is going to, however, require a dex check to, grab it. All right. 15's enough to grab it. Could you just roll a d20?
Oh, it's gonna fucking snap.
All right. Rope holds.
Easy game.
I mean, it doesn't sound like it's doing so well, but it does hold.
It's not the only thing that's not doing so well.
I'm gonna second wind while we're just vibing here for a second.
So, yeah. See Guve make a
Ooh, pog.
standing leap. Nice.
I don't see shit.
Unlit your lantern. So I guess Mo sees Guve make the thing and hears the. Oh, you all hear the rope. Kind of get stressed. Great, Guve. You've made it to the rope. You can clamber up.
Yeah, scramble up it.
Yep. You make it to the cave on the opposite side, then 60 feet up from your own cave.
Look at that, it's that easy.
Are you gonna throw down
inside is a small room plus a hallway that leads in, well, 2 directions. Basically, it's away from this room plus a little like Y shape at the end.
Are you gonna throw down a more sturdy rope, or should I just try to jump now?
Sure, I'll tighten in a better rope. I'm assuming we reacquired our rope from fucking the other one, because yeah, no reason to continue.
So, yep. Better rope attached.
Does better rope not require jumping?
No, it still does.
It requires jumping. It's just there's not a chance that this rope is going to break because it's not made by freaking morons.
Okay.
It's of the finest silk in the land, which probably won't help with trying to jump to it.
Yes.
We'll tie some knots in it as well. Give them a little bit something extra to grab onto when they jump.
Yep. So it requires a little more rope doing that, but I mean, you have a ton of rope. So
95 feet of rope.
Yeah.
Mo, are you gonna need me to carry you when I jump?
I mean, as long as Mo gets to the rope, he'll be fine, or she'll be fine. Along with same for Dutch.
Suppose that you get to the rope and swing over.
You know what? Sure. That's a good idea.
I mean, Raul offers to just row you to it.
I need you to throw me.
Huh? I do not accept the throw option.
Oh, I could get to the rope and then Raul could throw you to me.
You can get to the rope, just hold your hand out.
In this case, it really is like Mo is the only one here that can really get a running leap, but it requires all of you to be out of the way.
I
and
will
even then,
jump
Mo will
for the
still
rope, by the
require
way.
a roll.
My preferred
Yep.
method is.
I mean, it's still going
Athletics.
to require a roll, Jake. But
It's athletics, right?
yeah, leap. Yeah, you're fine. You make it to the rope handily.
And dex check or no?
No,
'cause
you
athletics.
jumped high. You jumped high enough that you were able to get to the rope without having to dex check. You're able to grab it with both hands.
And I will try to sort of swing it a little bit. So
Yeah, you can shorten it by a few. Make it a little easier for Mo and Dutch to jump over.
You start swinging, the python comes loose, and you just plummet.
And you get to find out what's at the bottom.
I could just fucking wait until they're all on the rope and just end the campaign, like right here.
You could.
It's just the
I don't know
one part
why you
from
would.
Princess Bride where he's like frantically cutting at the rope.
You know, I could just cut this rope and let you drop. But I'm an honorable man. I'll wait till you get to the top.
Yeah. I'm not honorable, man.
You're not a man at all, but
True. But I'm definitely not honorable, given what happened during the campaign.
So Mo gets to jump across with an easier check, but it is still a check.
I will at this point have a little bit of light, so if I see somebody falling, I can grab them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just undo the lantern by a little bit. All right, Theo.
Can I just reach out my quarterstaff and have Oyeko grab it along with Rawl and either have the two...
And I will preface this that it's going to be entirely up to Oyeko, and if she freaking messes it up, you don't get a chance to freaking save yourself. You're gonna plummet. Because there'll be nothing to save you.
Well,
That's
so
hilarious, though.
What I'm trying to do is drag the rope over to the edge. I'm not trying to get pulled onto the rope.
All right. How much rope did you put, Peyton? How long is this rope? Is it equal to the
95
other
feet.
rope, or did you make it longer?
It's 95 feet of rope. It would have been shortened by, I don't know, maybe like 20 feet to add some knots at the bottom.
Wait, if that's the case, I'll just take like the edge of it and
Yeah, you can just toss
it over to the edge.
Mm.
There's a reason I carry so much rope with me. I fucking was tired of getting caught lacking with fucking 50 feet of rope. Everything's always
you
60
just
feet.
Grab it and then swing down, or just clamber across.
I think what I would like to do is grab it, let Rawl also grab the other end, and then I'll start climbing, and then Rawl can do the swing.
Well, we're always going to let Dutch go first, because Dutch is also a
I
weak
forgot
link.
about
Also, maybe don't have everyone in
I'm
the
gonna
party on the rope at once when it's being held by a singular python.
I'm gonna clamber on up once I've tossed the rope to Mo and Mo's on.
Yeah, Rawl will snatch it and hold it so that the other two can grab it first and clamber up. So
Dutch is waiting his turn like a chill guy. He's also smoking. Yep.
Maybe the pit can have one party member as a treat.
Bro, we didn't even recruit this guy. They dumped him on us.
Yeah.
You guys said you're saving the world. Dutch feels like that's a good idea.
The pit can have one party member as a treat.
I mean, if you cut the rope, then yeah, you'll be ditching Dutch and Rawl, because Rawl is going last.
Rawl's cool, fine.
If worse comes to worse, I can cast Spider Climb on Oyeko and she can carry Rawl up.
Theo just really wants to cast Spider Climb on someone.
I'm just trying my best to make sure that Theo doesn't cast Spider Climb.
You want to cast? Oh fuck! You want to cast Spider Climb on Dutch? He'd like it. Do that.
I mean, at this point, it's kind of unnecessary. You've set a more mundane method of climbing that does not require magical aid. You can, but it's up to Theo in this case.
Also, Theo's overlooking something major here.
Is it
You have to
set
cast
to the rope?
No, you have to. Your plan would have to cast a spell on me.
Oh right, I forgot I forgot you're still the same character. I keep on forgetting that. I keep on thinking you died and there's someone else there.
Oyeko somehow became forgettable.
To be fair, my interactions with Mo are very few.
Yeah, but they're memorable.
That's fair.
No.
I don't remember any.
Obviously, they aren't memorable enough.
Well, not to you, Theo, but I guess to everyone else.
I don't remember
most of the Oyeko attempts to talk with Mo. Mo does cryptic things. Oyeko gets confused and
True. Oyeko
he's
talking
fighting.
about is how we learned that Mo killed their family or some shit.
Still unclear what happened to their family.
Yeah, still no fucking clue. Well,
we really don't know.
I think we had a conversation. It was like, yeah, they just kind of disappeared. It's like, well, did you sacrifice them? Maybe. What?
Thought most said yes on that one.
Was it yes? I don't fucking remember.
It was yes, but then later it became no, and we're not sure.
I'm pretty sure we incited both of them as well, and they were both like, no, they're telling the truth. Mo doesn't know what they fucking did. Mo just makes shit up and is like, yeah, this is my new reality that I believe with all my heart.
Reality can be whatever I want.
Fucking actually.
We should have brought the cool pirates with us to save the world.
I don't think they would have joined us.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that like the NPCs that we met this campaign, the ones that I was like the most have really been like the cool pirates.
The cool pirates. Oh, you mean piece of shit? I guess.
Well, not the mage. She only liked her because that person killed Johnny, and it's like, yep, based. But like the pirates were like, the pirates like attacked her ship and are like, hey, we're gonna take your stuff, but we'll drop you off. We'll leave your boat so you can go back to port and be fine. And then they're also like, we're taking all your shiny things. And I'm like, I'm not giving up my sword. And all the pirates are like, yeah, no, I get it. You can keep that sword.
They should have just done what fucking I did and be like, hey, we'll fight for you, but you can't rob us or anything. And you gotta take us north. And they're like, yep, sure. Great, so that was also middle combat negotiations, which probably helped us quite a bit.
Yeah.
That and
I didn't even really
Kanzaki was
negotiate.
kind of a weird pirate, so...
I didn't even negotiate. The crew was like, yo!
Yep.
You're skiing. Get on board. I'm like, alright, yeah, sure.
So, yeah.
Just yelling at each other in the middle of the fight. What are you doing here?
Discussing
One side
changing
goes,
sides by
"Arr!" The other
screaming.
person goes, "Arr!" and they slap each other on the back and start fighting the enemies.
It's like the
Yeah.
More or less.
Pirate negotiations, the only word they know are...
No, they also love the sea.
The only
True.
word they know is R, not...
No. But their true love is the sea, Mitchell. Come on.
They only know the words R and C. They R C R C.
Sea? R.
Oh, true, and rum. R C rum.
Grog. Can't forget Grog.
They only know generic pirate words like
And
scurvy,
landlubber.
landlubber. Yup.
They
know the
Imagine
word.
a freaking group of pirates that were, like, not common. So they just learn a few pirate words by just reading and learning about pirates from other people.
They also know the words peg and leg, but they can only say them together.
Mhm.
Same with like a hook and a hand. Hook hand. That's it.
Iron patch.
That's just one word though. Eye patch is just a word.
No.
They know the word eye patch, but they don't know the word eye or patch.
Yeah.
I do not have the bandwidth to continue. I will pass Dutch over to Theo and take my leave for the evening.
Good night, Lumper. Sleep loose.
Good night.
Good night, Glenn.
Good luck. Don't
Right,
die.
Lumpy. Thanks for coming. Yeah, we'll probably end in a moment here, but...
Alright, push Dutch back down the pit.
It's a little awkward spot to like end it, so.
Yeah,
Maybe you
we'll
wanna
go a
get
little
a
bit
better
more.
spot.
So, you guys make it to that tunnel.
Down the tunnel.
The little room doesn't have anything of real interest in it. It's just kind of a empty guard station, effectively, from what it looks like. A couple, like, crap stools and a little bit of a jerky just hanging out. I mean, the jerky looks weird, but other than that,
It's
yeah.
probably fucking goblin jerky or some shit.
I hope it's not made of goblin and made for goblins, but, you know, they're goblins, maybe.
You can hope all you want, Mitchell. Reality is often unfortunate.
So, yeah, the tunnel leads off to the left and right. It's Y. Which way would you like to go?
Right.
I vote left. Oh god.
I'm already moving right.
Yeah, that's fair. I can't see.
I vote left. Alright, we're going right.
What can I say? You got outplayed.
My eyes suck.
Yeah, should have played better, honestly.
I guess.
So, yeah. You guys head right. This tunnel curves around, leading at least what feels like back towards the tunnel, but it does start to rise as well after like 40 feet or so of the curve. It starts to kind of curve upward. And after walking along that curve with a couple of small side tunnels, much too small for anyone other than Mo to like traverse down without like belly crawling. Like these are like, no, even a belly crawl would be very tight. They're only about 1.5 feet tall, so about 2 feet wide. So you guys might
This
be
is a
able
bad
to
time to mention I'm claustrophobic.
Yes.
I won't mention it.
I'd like that stricken from the record.
Until eventually you come into a ledge that overlooks a much larger and lit room.
It's lit.
If Cook isn't just sitting here fucking eating grapes,
What if he is? He's sitting there eating grapes.
I'd fucking kill him with one shot.
You
What?
look down into a large, well, basically a large, primitive, great hall. The roof, it's pretty tall because you guys are standing on like a ledge. So the roof itself is about 30 feet up. The room is not well lit, but at least is lit enough that Oyeko and Dutch can see by kind of sputtering torches and a couple of small bonfires. And the hall itself seems to be in the midst of a celebration with, like, probably somewhere between 60 to 80 goblins of varying kinds. A small group of hobs that seem to be kind of just hanging out at a table at the top of the room. Like, you know, the kind of important, we're the people in charge area. Along with a couple of bugbears that are just kind of standing guard near them, though they seem to be kind of bored. And the, well, ongoing celebration. You're not entirely sure how you didn't hear it, because there is music, even though it is a little bit discordant and all over the place, as like 20 different goblins are playing a different instrument each and not playing the same tune. So it's just kind of a chaotic rhythm of nothing. And yeah, they seem to be celebrating. There are ways down off this ledge, a ramp to your guys' left, about a 20 feet away. The hall itself, other than, of course, the 30-foot height, which is only 15 feet for you guys, because you're on the ledge. The room itself is about 50 feet at the long way and about 40 feet across. Of course, there's like tables and everything, so I'll just cross it. You do see another entrance that leads off of it, similar tunnel to this one on the other side, along with a big tunnel that leads off from the opposite side of where the hobgoblins are, and a very small tunnel that's kind of like hidden behind those hobgoblins. As for the reason for this celebration, I mean, you hear lots of different reasons. However, all of them are they're unbelievable. They are claiming victories over all enemies in the area. They're claiming they killed a freaking dragon. They're claiming they killed a freaking god. Like, they're just ridiculous. But, I mean, it seems to be a celebration for something. The one thing that, like, you didn't notice them at first, because of all the chaos. But after a moment, just kind of their glow is a good way to phrase it, catches your eye as a figure stands up near the hobgoblins. Just kind of like looks at them, says something too quietly for you guys to really catch in all the cacophony. Like they're talking at like normal volume where everyone's shouting.
But what if I made a perception check?
You can try.
Okay.
Yeah, even with an 18, it's not enough. Too much chaos. Too much noise. They appear to be, well, not goblin, for one. Their head is covered in a hood, but they do seem to glow with a kind of, like, whitish, almost moonlight glow. But they just kind of talk with the hobgoblins for a moment before there's a lot of nodding between them. They say one last thing and then wave and step into that tunnel behind the hobgoblins area.
Probably the hobgoblins, and they point at us.
Yeah, they don't look like a hobgoblin. They look a little too thin, a little too soft for that. Hobgoblins, especially up here, are a little harsher. They remind you more of a human or an elf, but I mean, at this point, I mean, even a half-elf, but I mean, same diff. It's hard to tell because of the hood and the chaos. So, what's the plan?
Well, probably can't kill 80 goblins right here.
And if we did, it would alert more goblins.
Yeah. Where's Ronald Reagan?
What if Cook is Ronald Reagan and that's why he's doing all these terrible things?
Fucking goblin down economics. Or shit.
I think I'm about to break some pots myself.
I mean... Feasibly speaking, we're not going to be able to really sneak through this room.
No. Not without some sort of other method to move around.
Yeah.
Like invisibility.
I thought he was going to say spider climb.
That's what I was thinking.
He sends us across the ceiling one at a time.
And yes, invisibility is a viable option.
I mean, we have to get through here because we can't.
There was another
why
tunnel you
don't
guys
we-
could have traveled through.
Why don't we go back and go to the left route? This doesn't seem good.
Sure.
If the left route's worse, we can come back and go through this. So, seems like we're heading back to check out the other route.
Mm-hmm. And as you guys are turning around, a pair of goblins tumble up the ramp, and then just kind of look around. Big glasses of, well, glasses. These guys don't have glass. Big mugs of some sort of alcohol, just kind of like shaking around. They're wrapping a lot more of it than they're actually drinking, but they're there. And they start to look in your guys' direction.
How many did you say there were? Sorry.
2.
2. Do they look like looking in our... it's dark, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot I said anything. I don't notice them looking in my direction.
I mean, it's dark, but like, it's dark for you guys to hide. You guys can still see around the room a little bit because it's lit up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not like, daytime, but it's bright enough that you can see in like shadow. So you can tell that there's 2 goblins.
Actually, I could probably kill Bolt. How, visible are they to the rest of the room? Are they, all the way up here?
I mean, they're on top of the ramp, so... The ramp's only 15 feet. It's not, terribly outside of the room.
Then I'm gonna try and hide.
Yeah, I'll try and hide.
Yep, sure.
Alright.
Jesus Christ, Mo. You
Just
said
go
you're gonna try.
invisible.
You said you're gonna try to hide. Watch this. That's
I will
pretty
say
bad.
Dutch and Raw haven't actually exited the tunnel yet, so they're not going to bother rolling because they're outside of vision. Alright. Let's see. How are these goblins feeling? Because they are going to actively be looking. Yeah. Freaking really? That was a disadvantage, at least. Still.
They're crankers. They just double 16.
Yep. So they catch sight of you, Oyeko. Both of them look startled. And then both let out a cry. And that is where we're going to end.
That's good.
Fucking hate you.
You know, I can just see how many
Look, I
take
gave
this
him a
one.
bad freaking chance. That was a 15.
Yeah.
With disadvantage. Just because of -1.
No, I hate you as Echo.
Next session, I'll just go out with a blaze of glory. You guys can keep sneaking.
Nah, I'm gonna fucking remake the Where's Ronald Reagan thing. Alright.
Yep.
I'm gonna end the recording there. And I'm also going to dip very quickly, unfortunately, because I am playing fucking Total War some peeps. I have not been able to talk to them for the past, 40 minutes. So I will talk to you all later. Thanks for the session, Mitchell. Good night, good luck, and don't die. And I'm excited to see how we end it next session by all dying.
Wow, a blaze of glory.
Yeah. Peace.
Good luck, don't die.
Yep. There you go, Mo. Talk for me. Remind me what's going on. Frickin' heck, I was not expecting them to roll double 16s. I'm like, yeah, these guys are gonna frickin' roll, like, terribly. No one's been all that frickin' attentive.
Yeah, they're nuts.
But apparently these two goblins that spotted something weird going on up here were like, no, we're frickin' paying attention. Might be drunk paying attention, but we're guard duty. Yeah.
The fucked up part is...
What does Dutch do?
Dutch is a barbarian druid, so...
He rages, goes into wild shape, and then uses his spell slots to heal.
Yeah.
I see. He's only effective when he's doing that. I was like looking at his stats, like, okay, he's not strength, so he must be agility. Wait, no, he's not agility. He must be weight.
Yeah, and he has no offensive magic at all. How is it he has no offensive spells? Like, it makes sense for the barbarian that I created, but I think even he has a few offensive spells. Just to round out the kit. He has, for cantrips, he has Druidcraft, Mending, Guidance. He has Cure Wounds, Speak with Animals, Detect Poison and Disease, and Good Berry. And Pass Without a Trace and Locate Object. I mean, they're all good spells, they're just kind of weird.
I would argue that Detect Poison and Disease is not a good spell, but outside of that, I agree.
It has its uses.
And they are few.
I mean, the main source of it would be, like, finding stuff that is poisoned to attack you, but it also can be used to find other stuff, too.
Yep.
Just another detection spell.
I like the detection spells.
They're good. I have no idea why he has no armor, though. It's freaking odd.
It is.
Especially because his barbarian, like, constitution is not doing him any favors there.
Yeah, whenever he came out, I have an AC of 10. It was wrong, admittedly, but not by much.
Yeah. Freaking heck. Dexter. Like, okay, I can see having a low strength or a low dexterity, but having both is just pain.
Yeah.
Why does
I
he
kind of
have
like it, though.
12 charisma, though?
I kind of like having the shit physical stats, though, sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine, you know, if you're not a barbarian.
Yeah.
I mean, he's useful. He's just useful up to twice per day.
Yep.
I think wild shapes only come back in long rests, right?
Nope, they come back in shorts.
Oh, they do?
Yep.
His is marked down as just long rest.
Maybe I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure they come back on short rest. Let's go check.
feel like that's right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
You're getting
You're
expended
getting
use
used to
when you
so
finish a
short
short
or
or
long.
long.
Wow. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
He's useful many times per day.
I think I'm
Okay.
Well,
I was about to say I'm gonna check mark that short rest thing, but you did it for me.
Yeah. Rages, I don't remember on, though. I feel like it is long rest.
Rages, I think, are long rests.
I literally only
Yeah,
played
must finish
Barbarian
long
once
rest.
in a one-shot.
Yeah. Especially because he picked Frenzy for some reason.
Because he wants to be able to make a bonus action attack while in wild shape.
I guess. There's
Which,
so
by the way,
many
I don't even know if that works.
I mean, it's still.
Or, well, I guess with what he turns into, it's fine. Because, like, technically speaking, if you're taking the multi-attack action, it's not the attack action.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, it wouldn't work if he was playing as like a brown bear, which makes a bite and a claw as part of the same like action, because it's not the attack action; it's the multi-attack.
Yeah, you wouldn't get both attacks, but you could bite or claw again.
Yeah.
This is just another single melee attack.
Yep. So that it works that way. But I was saying, like, if you used a
Yeah,
multi-attack,
you wouldn't get a full attack action.
Yeah.
It's why Frenzy is kind of I mean, it's one more attack for exhaustion, which is not the best call, in comparison to a lot of the other barbarian things. A lot of the other ones have at least something that is just good without having a massive downside. So exhaustion's pain.
Almost everything.
I know Totem Barbarian is freaking silly. How the heck are you resistant to psychic damage or force damage? Like,
yeah,
I'm resistant to magic as it is. What? Like, it's a magical creature, I guess I can kind of see that, but you're a person, like a normal guy.
You have to realize he's channeling the power of a bear, so.
Yeah, but bears aren't resistant to either of those damage types either.
Bears are actually only weak to psychic damage.